Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Dugout podcast. You're here with Ryan, Benny, Jack, and Jonesy. We don't have Callum here today because, it's a running theme. When Scalzi wins, competitions and debates, people don't show up. So I guess he won't show up next week. But it was funny the first time I said it. But anyway, we'll move on. So we haven't got Cal here today. We've got got good old Jonesy, Chelsea supporter.
Welcome, Jonesy.
Cheers, boys. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me here, boys. Up Chelsea for sure.
And,
sick of the Man United Liverpool chat, so I'll bring in some Chelsea chat.
Shout
out to Cal as well, mate. Keep your seat warm, buddy.
Shout out to Cal, mate. Yeah, our Rock is not here.
We're crumbling as well. This is our third start, but we're going forward now. We're on track.
But today we'll talk about the second half of day 11 fixtures, the full round of day 12. I'm also got a quiz and questionnaire to go in the middle of that, and then we'll wrap up with predictions over the next 2 weeks as well.
Yep.
Sweet. So how we doing, boys? We good?
Good, mate.
Good. Bloody beautiful, mate.
Yeah.
Beauty.
On the beers with the boys on the podcast. I like it.
New dynamic for us this week. The Dugout boys are having a couple beers filming.
Up the Black Marlins, I may say.
It's already fucked us over, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, let's continue, shall we?
Shambles, yeah. So should we start with Villa Chelsea?
Yeah, I think that's where we're at. So we'll touch on that to begin with.
So the score for this game was a 2-0 win to Chelsea.
Woo!
Double.
That's You want to go first, Jared? Do you want to take it?
Look, I watched the highlights. I watched the mini match sort of thing. But yeah, from what I saw, like Villa were in it a lot. A couple of mistakes, but Mount made them pay definitely. The free kick, wow.
Average.
You reckon?
Yeah, it was straight down the guts.
I think the way that the keeper was shaped, that's just smart footy right there. Like everyone thought he was going to go near post and he went far post. Like to do that, that's just nuts.
I do agree.
Coleman's back feet.
I think with the people like
his heels.
I reckon Mount's so underrated. Like the way that he can just sort of pick the ball like that and just shoot it in. Like that's just class. But
it's raising questions to Southgate to who plays the World Cup.
Yeah.
Players like Mount, and then you got Foden. For me, I'd rather Mount and Foden over Grealish. But Sterling as well is in the mix too. So there's a lot of forwards up there in contention.
Yeah. A lot of Chelsea fans online have been criticising Mount this year, like he's had a real slow start.
Yeah.
But
I was about to say that.
It's just talk really,
Form is temporary, mate.
He gets picked every week, so I reckon he just kills it in training, and like I reckon in the future he'll be club captain. So
yeah. Well, I think the thing with Chelsea as well is like they haven't been performing well as a team, generally this season. So, I think Mount last season was a big focal point for him, and that's why he's getting a bit of the stick.
Yeah.
But
I think it's hard when you lose a coach halfway through or whatever.
100%.
And they definitely don't glue together. Chelsea's such a slow starts, but for some reason they just are winning.
I think they gotten better since Polo came in.
Yeah,
and
you're starting to see that.
Kepa has just turned it up, and it's crazy how much.
Hats off to Potter for that change as well.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if he just dropped Mendy or Mendy got injured or he got injured.
I think he dropped him. I think he made a mistake in a game.
Okay,
he had a pretty bad game.
I thought maybe because he went away for internationals, but
might have been that.
Kepa just came in and killed it. It was like, how can you take off someone that's killing it?
Yeah.
But I mean,
United fans know about that. McTominay.
Yeah, exactly. Good point you raised there. The better version of Cal.
But I'll say Villa, they look pretty good as well. I think they were in it until that free kick. Really, I thought they were going to come back and probably seal the draw. But
even the first goal too. I thought Villa's super unlucky. Mings, I don't know what he's doing there.
I mean, I think
that header
just sort of.
Mistimed.
Could go anywhere really.
Yeah, he missed time. He's under no pressure. It's just a mistimed header.
Well, Mings been like that for seasons. I'm surprised he's still playing. Still getting minutes.
Well, I thought he was done because Stevie really fell out with him in the beginning. Remember,
because of injuries.
Yeah. Thiago Carlos got the injury.
Yeah.
And Twins Zabi left as well.
Just on Villa, seen a lot of Villa fans saying that the players are a big reason for why Stevie's been sacked.
Yeah, you can see the players aren't playing for him. Also, he hasn't been able to find the starting 11 either.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of put towards him as well. He hasn't been able to find stability in that Villa team, and I think the owners are looking for stability, especially with the money they're bringing in too. And if you got a team of 26 players or a manager, they're probably going to pick the 26 players, unfortunately. But at the same time, Stevie's record wasn't great at Villa either.
Yeah.
Like he had 40 games and 19 losses. Yeah.
Less.
Yeah,
Yeah, his
half.
win percentage was worse.
I think he only got like
Gary
13
Neville's.
wins or something, didn't he?
Yeah, 13 wins,
Yeah.
19 losses, 11 draws or something like that.
Wow.
It's a hard job, I think. Like, I mean, myself and Cal always give him stick, but it is a very hard job.
Yeah.
The expectations of Villa with the players they've got, like they're not like a standard mid-table Premier League side. They have some really big names in there. You've got Coutinho, you know, Buendia's a big name. You've got other big names in there that are hard to manage.
Big history too.
Yeah, big history. Like,
Do you reckon he got long enough, Stevie, or what?
I think so.
Yeah.
I personally couldn't see him going forward.
Yeah. I don't understand that Ings signing, to be honest. Like, I think there could have been someone better,
He was doing
personally.
bits to Southampton at the time,
Yeah.
but he's just the thing with Ingsy. The reason we had to get rid of him was just injuries.
Yeah.
Like he'd be on fire, get injured, come back for 3 games.
He didn't really do
And then-
bits at Villa, though, did he?
Nah, not towards the last 6 months.
Yeah.
No, he did before that, but it's just his injuries. And
Yeah.
then obviously that plays a big mental game as well.
Yeah.
He had similar to Sturridge and players like that.
And then what, Coutinho's just not informed to be playing, or has he been
Yeah,
playing? Or?
it just looks like
He just goes missing too
it
often.
just-
Yeah.
That's like Villa's team. It looks
He
like the
was
players
looking
don't want to show
fucking
up.
fit when he first came. Like,
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be the star for him. But
Like we're not. Oh, sorry. Go.
I was just going to say something's just wrong in that team. They're not gelling, and that's a big thing. I think it comes into play with Ings. Like I said, they've got players. Danny Ings is an unreal player.
Ollie
He's proved
Watkins.
it. Ollie Watkins is a very effective player. Works his socks off.
Jacob
And
Ramsey.
Jacob Ramsey, young raw
Yeah.
talent. You know they've got.
Boys.
stack squad.
Yeah.
Okay, well just
That's what
keep naming their team.
Just proving your point. Like how crazy
no.
it is to start having more names.
Mate, you have-
Martinez. Yeah, Matty Cash.
So they've got. Yeah, I like Manny Cash a lot, but they've got the side.
So what do you reckon for Stevie then? Does he still stay in the Prem? Or?
No, he won't get a job on the Prem. No,
No.
chance. He'll
Well-
have to rejuvenate. Sorry, go
Yeah,
on.
he'll be back for sure. But at the moment, I think it's time to maybe go overseas.
Yeah, okay.
I reckon going overseas would be good because
Yeah.
there's a lot of pressure in England, especially
Yeah.
being like someone like Lampard or Gerrard or
Yeah.
Vieira or no, probably not Vieira, probably more so Lampard or Gerrard because the big English superstars. So
Yeah.
I think it'll do him a world of good to be able to go overseas and build something there
Yeah.
and eventually work his way back. I saw talks about, I think this is just fans trying to hype it up, saying Gerrard will come and do under 21s again, but I don't rate that at all. I think Gerrard still needs to go and build his own teams, and have his own philosophies and work it out. Because he's so early in his career, there's going to be a lot of trial and error. And he's just got to do it.
doing alright anyway.
Yeah, Jay Spearing's doing all right. But yeah, Stevie's just got to, for me, I reckon, he's got to go overseas.
I reckon that I agree with that. Like a lot of Prem managers get sacked over Italy and shit, and they just kill it, and they end up coming back. So
Well, even players like Tamori and
Yeah.
Smalling's
Yeah.
doing well for Roma. And
It's a very high sort of. It's in the spotlight, the Premier League.
Yeah.
Like any little thing you do is just in flash for the world to see.
Well, look at us, we're a bunch of 4 blokes in Australia talking about English Premier League.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's very easy to look over how well he did for Rangers as well. Like he was what he did for Rangers is nothing short of unbelievable. Like he winning the league with Rangers for the first time in what was it, 10 years?
it was long.
Decade, over a decade or
10,
something.
11 years, something like that.
Yeah, like it's really was really impressive, and I think he needs to go to a club to build his reputation as a manager more. Whereas I think personally, I think maybe a high end championship team that are pushing for Prem, or maybe a lower Premier League team.
Yeah, and I think being like an ex-big player is such a bad thing for managers. Like,
yeah,
I'll use Klopp for an example because the easiest thing I can go off the top of my mind is Klopp. He started with Mainz, worked his way there for years, and eventually got the Dortmund job and then worked there for a long time. Like, there was a process to it.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just like, cool, I'm a player, Rangers,
Yeah.
Villa in the Premier League competing with all this money.
Yeah.
There's a process. I think you have to have a lot of trial and error.
Due diligence.
Yeah, it's like being a first year apprentice and then trying to do a full qualified labourer's job
Yeah.
with skipping all that other shit of having your trial and error. So I think you just need those reps beforehand so you can actually figure out how you want your team to play.
yeah.
100%.
You said that too when Frankie got signed to Chelsea, and that backfired. So
Yeah.
it's definitely like a long process to be a good manager. So I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see who they hire, who comes in the job.
Villa. Yeah.
Because I'm not sure what's Terry doing. Because he was assistant coach.
Yeah,
with Gerrard.
that's true, bro. Yeah,
He's,
that's good chat. I don't know about that, eh?
I don't think that's a right.
Oh, not the right. I wonder where he's at. I'm just asking.
I don't think he's stepped into management yet. I think he's still assistant coaching somewhere.
A lot of people were calling for Poch, but Poch came out and said he's not. He only wants a big job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you reckon they're big enough to sign a big manager? Like,
It's what I think. Honestly, I think it's what they need. But the stardom they have in their squad, they need a decent manager.
Tuchel will be good. I think he'll get fired back in the players. So when Stevie was at Rangers, like he didn't have the greatest squad at the time, but every player just played for him.
Yeah.
And it was different at Villa, but
Tuchel won't go.
he won't go. I think it'd be a good fit, like just that type of tempo in the dressing room. But I think it needs someone of that esque of a Tuchel or like a Klopp, someone just to bring more energy in the club. I don't think they can bring in like another fucking Roy Hodgson and try and play football. Like I think they need a coach who's like got loads of wild ideas and wants to put them in place.
Yeah.
High energy.
maybe they just went for Stevie, like you said. Maybe the players might have been against him. So, but yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah.
Very good
Predictions for that one?
Yeah, so Scouse had it 3-2 Chelsea. I had it 3-1 Chelsea. Benny, you've got a correct score, 2-0.
That's what I do, son.
Up at Benny.
And
I
Cal,
like it for the Chelsea too. I like it.
Cal 3-0 to Chelsea.
Yes.
We're all got up there. Benny with the correct. Well done. Next game is Leeds versus Arsenal.
Yeah.
So this game was a 1-0 win to Arsenal.
And I think this is like touching on Arsenal. These games are so important. Like I know Leeds are in bad form, but going away while you're on a streak of winning games and performing, and still going and getting 3 points. Like I don't think you can when it gets to this point of the season, scorelines don't count. They don't really matter. It's more about the points you get.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal doing a good job of just getting results because that's what the best teams do. Just get results no matter what.
This for me, this was a huge, probably Arsenal's biggest win. Like the Liverpool one was huge, but this game everything went against them. They got the red card. Who was it? I can't remember. Was it? Did they have a red card?
No, Bamford missed the
penalty.
Gabriel, he got rescinded, but they got 2 penalties awarded against them. The second one was rescinded with the Gabriel red card, but the first one by Bamford was missed. Leeds had chance after chance that it just wasn't happening for Leeds, and Arsenal getting it done is huge for me. That's a massive win, and you could see it too at the end watching it. Arteta, the way he celebrated that win,
huge.
Big
that
props.
Front three just looks dangerous as well.
The 4, Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, and Odegaard.
Yeah.
It's hard not to not like watching Arsenal at the moment.
I reckon Jesus has got to be probably the signing of the year, really. Like,
After Helen, for sure.
yeah,
Definitely.
probably.
Haaland,
But
Martinez.
I reckon Jesus, if Arsenal win it, I'd probably put him over Haaland, to be honest.
Win the league.
Yeah. Which I think that they're on
Big
the way
if.
to do it.
It's fair share.
I reckon they can, because I reckon this is where it all starts.
Yeah.
Personally, I think a lot of people think it's the end of the season, but
What a player he is.
I reckon like the players will just get way too stressed about winning and shit. Like whereas here they're just doing the hard yards. Like
Well, this will come down to Tuchel's man management now.
yeah,
How well he's...
Arteta's.
Well, that's Tuchel. Yeah, Arteta. It comes down to Arteta's man management now and how he's actually able to... Because you can win games, but to get until Christmas period, probably not now because of World Cup, but after Christmas period and you start kicking on with other competitions, FA Cup, Carabao, then you've got Europa, Arsenal in as well, and then you got Prem. Like they're gonna have to rotate a lot come January, so it'll be interesting to see what signings they bring in. I think World Cup is probably the best thing for Arsenal because it gives them that break to then get more players in for the rest of the season.
So would you put them still City over Arsenal winning the league?
Yeah. I think my problem with Arsenal is the depth. They don't really have...
City doesn't have that either, really.
City have depth. Of course they've got depth. City
I
have
reckon if their big man
ridiculous...
gets injured, they're screwed.
Oh, you haven't had a striker the last 2 seasons.
I will say, but on that, when they played...
and their defence is not
when they
much
played
there.
Copenhagen 2 weeks ago in the midweek, they didn't play Haaland, and they looked a little bit sort of out of answers, which I think we've seen that with Dortmund when Haaland went to Dortmund and then he got injured. Dortmund already a good side before Haaland signed, and then when he got injured, it was like no one knew how to play without Haaland. I think we might see that with City.
That's true because
I think they're relying on him a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Because I was saying before the season, I think it hasn't shown yet, but I said it's really going to tell City are going to miss Jesus and they're going to miss Sterling.
Yeah.
And I think that will become a big factor when or if Haaland gets injured. And not having that Jesus and fucking Sterling, they're two best forwards besides Haaland now.
Julian Alvarez, but he could step up. He could be a big player when
at the moment, like players like Grealish, he's got 1 assist this whole calendar year. Like
there is with Grealish though. Like obviously, he's £100 million transfer. Everyone has their eyes on him to be doing poorly, but he has been playing well. Like you watch him play. The amount of times he gets the assist to the assist, or he creates holes or something like that, he plays well in the
terms
system.
of like Haaland getting injured, but like I think it'd be a bit more difficult for him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like Phil Foden, he's in massive form, so.
But
I think
I was listening to I think it was in the Gary Neville podcast the other day, and he was talking about that how Haaland not only has come in and scored a ridiculous amount of goals, but he's taken the pressure off the midfielders like Foden, like Mahrez, like other players like that, and it's allowing them to, like, Foden is the most prolific we've seen him in his whole career.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Yeah.
That's best.
He's getting better each year.
Yeah.
Which is scary.
Basically,
When he started, he was fucking good.
those City players have been waiting for a striker like him, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because that's how they want to play, is just balls into the box.
Yeah.
And just some angry dude. Like I saw a video of him, like, I don't know if he was trying to pat a Wolves player on the back or push him, but he was like talking to him while they were on the break, bro. And like just playing with this defender, and then he ends up like getting a chance. I'm like, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The way he just folds people, like besides Joe Gomez.
Like he just throws.
He toys with them.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was patting him like, come on, bro, like keep up. But it was crazy.
And the way he sprints is so unorthodox too. Like it's so like
he's scary, man.
It's hard to stop it because he runs with his arms so wide, so it's hard to get yourself around him.
Yeah.
Like to get in front of him, like between him and the ball, it's hard to do the way he runs. But back to Arsenal. What was our predictions for the Arsenal-Leeds game?
So Scousey had it 2-0 Arsenal. I had it 2-0 Arsenal. Benny had it 3-0 Arsenal. And Cal had it 2-0 Arsenal. The score was 1-0 Arsenal.
Next up is United-Newcastle. To be honest, I didn't really watch this at all. It's all highlights, but I think this is more so Benny going into it and giving us a bit of a debrief.
I just real quick.
You go first, Jackie. So I'll probably talk for a while.
I actually started watching this and turned it off. That's how exciting this game was.
I actually disagree. I thought for you maybe, but I thought it was.
That's what I wanted to say.
I thought it was.
I'll start. I'll just turn this game off.
Everyone shut up. I'll start.
That's class, bro. That's class.
Respect.
Go on, Benny.
I don't think there's respect given there. No, I actually thought the opposite. I thought this was really end-to-end game. When I was watching, I was thinking, like, I didn't really like the fact that it was end-to-end because I thought anyone could score at any time. But I was like, for a neutral, it'd probably be a good game to watch. But first half definitely was quite even-ish. Newcastle probably tipped the first half, in my opinion. Like, they were maybe a little bit the better side. Definitely should have had a penalty. The Callum Wilson going past Varane. I don't know if you guys seen that. But he took it past Varane, and Varane pretty much just stuck his leg out. He went over. It's a penalty. Doesn't get given, which is understandable. Like, I mean, I thought we got away with one. Second half, United sort of set in, dominated, and we had 2 penalty shouts that were pretty convincing. The Ronaldo one was probably the iffy one, I think. I think it was a penalty, but open to interpretation. And then Sancho's one, which was a definite penalty, which neither was given. So,
Quite fair if no one was given the other end, but still it's bullshit from refereeing side.
Exactly. And that's the big thing. I think that, and there was a lot of uproar after the game because, it was obvious he didn't give the Sancho one because he missed the Wilson one. It was very obvious. But in saying that, the Ronaldo one, I thought I would have given a penalty.
Was this game like another reason why Ronaldo got benched against Spurs?
Yes, this was the big reason. I was talking to the boys in the chat about it just a couple of days ago because there was a lot of talk about Ronaldo at the moment. But in this game, at about 70th minute, he got subbed for Rashford. Rashford came on at striker for him, which I didn't necessarily agree with. He wasn't playing too bad, but he didn't get any chances. Like he wasn't really like, like we're a team that doesn't really provide many chances for their striker in some games when we're versing a low block, and this was one of those games. But he wasn't grabbing the game by the scuff of the neck, and he wasn't making anything happen. So Ten Hag took him off, which is what it is. Rashford is a player that can do that. brought Rashford on. A chance came in the 91st minute across into the box, which was the first time we got one, like a good cross in. Header from Rashford, and he missed it.
Just missed it.
Yeah, he just missed.
I turned it back on, I'll admit.
Yeah. He just missed, and it was a really good chance. And all anyone said was Ronaldo would have scored. If Ronaldo was still on, Ronaldo would have scored. But Ronaldo wouldn't have got the chance because Ronaldo's link-up players, similar to Rashford's. Like, he wouldn't have got... No way in the world he gets the exact same chance as what Rashford got. Because players try and play the ball to Ronaldo way too early to what they need to. And he doesn't get in the box quick enough, in my opinion, at times. So, just... The game would have played out completely different. But Ronaldo's attitude coming off, shaking his head the whole time, like literally walked from one side of the field to the dugout, shaking his head the whole fucking way.
Apparently for 10 minutes after as well.
Yeah. And then not only that, doesn't like tap Ten Hag's hand, nothing to Ten Hag, goes straight up to his seat, sitting there literally like this, shaking his head. Like, everyone can see him. The whole world's eyes are on him. He knows it. And
Cameras
then
are on him 24/7.
Yeah. Game plays on. I'm still watching. 80th minute, so 10 minutes after the sub, around the 80th minute, camera's back on him. He's sitting there like this, shaking his fucking head still. I was like, you've got to be joking me.
Including the thing that happened at Tottenham, which we won't talk about yet. But I just want to ask, do you think he's ruining his legacy?
Yeah, he is.
I do.
Yeah, 100%.
Disrespecting
He's
the club.
more for himself. I reckon he always has been. I personally would put him as the best player of all time.
Yeah.
But that's just personal opinion.
Yeah.
But
That's wrong.
look, I just
Fucking
like
Summers.
I'll say
Stevie
the reason why is because he's done it everywhere. Where Messi's only gone to 2 clubs, but Ronaldo's killed it in probably one of the best leagues of all time. If Messi came here out in the Prem and played and he killed it, then it'd be probably a different discussion. But personally, I think Ronaldo is the best. And for him to be doing that, it's just like definitely a legacy ruiner. Like, it's all for himself. And it's coming down to, like, he just wants to play for himself and not for the team. Like, it's not very good, like, a good look, really.
The fuck thing is, like, his biggest fans are United supporters. Like, even at Madrid, his biggest fans were Manchester supporters. Like, no one supported Ronaldo throughout his whole career more than United players. Even when he was at Juve, even when he was at Madrid, no matter where he's been.
It's United.
It is.
Made him.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like he has that mentality back. But
He's the golden child of United. That's the thing. It's like, as a United fan, myself, and I imagine Cal is the exact same. We fucking love him. Like, you just love everything about him. But like, I watch fan. I watch United fan channels and stuff like that as well. And
fanboy.
Mark Goldbridge.
Yeah, a bit of Goldbridge.
What a guy.
Yeah, he's top dog. But even them, you watch them, like, after what happened at Tottenham, they know, everyone knows it's fucking disgustingly wrong what he did, but no one wants to say anything because they're just mesmerised by how amazing of a player he was and is.
Yeah. I think it's also like people are scared to say things to him because it's hard to kind of, like, as a player or whatever, it's hard to give constructive criticism to a player that's done everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's also another thing because he might not be open to listen to people because of that.
I watched that Juve documentary on Prime.
Yeah, he was bad in that, hey?
Yeah, and they tried to, like, Quadrado, like, had a go at him, and he's just a really, like...
arrogant.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want that sort of vibe in the, dressing rooms, man.
Yeah, especially with Manchester, they were trying to weed that out as well.
I don't, like, just touching on the Spurs game quickly, I can understand if he was shaking his head against Newcastle because it's a draw, but to do what he did with Spurs at a win, that's just it just shows the sort of character he is. So I don't like that sort of fucking character.
The badge on the front is bigger.
I have a lot to say on it. I don't want to.
Well, we might as well do it now because they'll just create a shorter when we talk about Tottenham.
Okay.
Might as well just stay on the topic.
Okay. Well, big thing for me, and I said it in the week when it happened. It was like straight after the game was finished, my first message in the chat was Ronaldo does not play another minute for Manchester United. In my opinion, that is how it has to be. Like, the way he's disrespected the club, the fans, and the biggest thing for me, like, obviously he's disrespected Ten Hag, and that, that is one thing. But the way he's disrespected his teammates for me is
Yeah.
the most disgusting part of it. Like, you can't, like you said, 2-0 in our most dominating performance of the season by a mile. Like, we absolutely walked Spurs off the field. Like, we played unreal.
Yeah.
He got asked to sub on in the 90th or 88th or whatever it was. He refused the sub, walks down the tunnel early.
The funny thing is...
Just quickly. Another thing is, I don't know if anyone knows this, but in a friendly, at the start of the season, he was a culprit of this as well.
Yeah.
Against...
Did he leave at half time?
No, it wasn't half time. It was... I think it was around the 88th again. Similar time, but it was him, Delo, and like a couple of other players who left. So there was a warning given out then to everyone in the squad because Ten Hag come out and said that's not on. Like he said in the press conference, he's like the players leaving because we did the whole rotation team thing.
Yeah.
He come out and said players leaving early will not stand. He's like I don't care what the situation is, you cannot leave early. And everyone was asking about Ronaldo, and he said it wasn't just Ronaldo. There was other players that left early, so every one of them will get a warning. And this is the second time, and it's just Ronaldo. So
the thing with the shit thing too about the Spurs game in particular, like imagine me one of those young boys in the field up front, and the most probably in all their eyes the GOAT, the best ever. Yeah. And instead of him bigging them up and how good they did, instead of them reflecting on how good of a game they got, like fuck, I gotta go deal with this in the dressing room.
Yeah. Well, it was a Langer that went on instead.
But like these young boys are gonna finish the game, and without even without even feeling appreciated themselves. Like the first 14, like fuck, there's gonna be problems again.
Like he's a club legend. Like United have made him what he is, really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
And the way he's treating the players, the club, and the fans, like that phone thing as well. Like
there's been incidences like that.
Oh yeah, smack the phone.
I think he's probably not as Pogba probably wasn't as bad as Ronaldo, but like it's just like United's just getting players that are just like really sucking negativity into the club, which they don't need really.
Yeah, well,
it's just a brat.
I said to Jackie the other day when I was getting my haircut from him, I said,
Hazy Face.
Shout out Hazy Fades clients here. So.
That's why we all look so fresh.
My bar was a legend. Yeah. Continue, sorry.
I was saying to Jackie anyway that remember the Mourinho Pogba debate when all that went down and Pogba was the worst person in the world because he disagreed with Mourinho, which I agree what he did was wrong. How Ronaldo's in my eyes, what Ronaldo is doing now is worse than what Pogba did.
Well, the thing is, like I'm not saying this to throw shit, but massive part of United's fan base support United because of Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Not because of now, like when he was young and he went a majority of their fan base supports Ronaldo. So I think they're just backing Ronaldo because that true Manchester United supporters are against it. But they're the people who just watch and love Ronaldo.
Definitely our
generation. I don't think you're going to see bloody Tony sitting in the Salford in Manchester on Facebook typing comments. It's just all these other people who just love Ronaldo and just gets the word around more.
Sorry, Scass. I did see a quote come up from Ten Hag that he has decided he will play Ronaldo again though.
Yeah, I think that
he's not
against Chelsea, but he's
still in the team. He's still in his plans.
Yeah. So do you think he's going to stay?
I think that's more
Ronaldo
of the
till
media.
January. Yeah,
I think once after the transfer window, but
no, I don't. I think he goes in January. He has to. Like the reason.
Where's he go? Who wants him?
Anywhere else?
But
the whole reason. We've
spoken
spoken about this on the pod before. Why he didn't leave in the summer.
No one can afford him.
That's what we said. But one big thing was because there was clubs that come in for him, but no one wanted to pay a transfer fee, and United's board wanted a transfer fee. I think they wanted £10 million, which doesn't seem like that much for such a big player. But with his wages, no one was willing to pay it, and he didn't want to be at the club, and Ten Hag didn't want him. That was evident. Everyone knew what was going on. Ten Hag didn't want him. He didn't suit his play. And Ronaldo wanted to play Champions League football. Didn't want to be at the club. And that was at the start of the season. The board kept him because of shirt sales and wanted the extra £10 million, which no one would pay. And now it's transpired into this. So at the end of the day, in my eyes, the board are probably majority at fault for what's going on, the way it's transcended, how it's gotten to where it is. because Ronaldo, the player he is, it's always going to happen like this. Like, he's just such a big player. Not saying that what he did, like, is anywhere near okay, but I think the board have a big part to play in what has happened.
Yeah.
Well, even before the season, when United first bought him, it was a panic buy, really, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Because City was
City,
like,
we didn't want
Yeah,
City to get
fishy. It was fishy
Yeah.
as buy.
Yeah,
City again.
and
So,
well, the big thing with buying him was, we know we'll make our money back straight away on shirt sales.
Yeah. I mean, he did bits when he came. I'll give credit.
Top goal scorer last season.
Yeah, like I was like, this
United.
is this. When they signed Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho, I was like, United are back.
Yeah,
And it's just, I mean, I'm not even a United
So did
supporter, but it's just a bit like hurtful, I reckon.
Yeah.
To see Ronaldo go the way he is going.
Yeah.
should we move on?
yeah. So we'll go back to the
if we
Man
kept talking
United
about
What was
it.
the
Newcastle
predictions?
game. The score for that game was 0-0. Man United Newcastle.
Yeah.
Scousey had a 2-2.
Yes, go draw.
I had a 3-2 Man United. Benny had a 2-1 Man United. Cal had a 2-0 Man United.
I just say as well, Newcastle are no slouch either. Like, they're a good
Yeah.
side. I think
That's
they've
right
only,
back
they've only been beaten by one team, I think, this season. That's Liverpool, who they just beat. Like, Liverpool just beat Newcastle, last
That
minute
was
winner.
the fucking most frustrating.
Yeah, so
game.
they should have flogged a shit team like United.
They should have, yeah.
Yeah.
Ronaldo didn't start.
So the Man United Tottenham game.
Are we jumping into
finished- Yeah, we may as well do predictions for that.
Yeah, okay, well, that's
About
just like
Um,
another exact for me, so whatever.
the score was 2-0 to Man United.
Oh, yeah.
Scousey had a 2-1 Tottenham. I had a 2-1 Man
Rookie.
United. Benny had a 2-0 Man United, and Cal had a 1-all.
Sounds
What'd you have, Jack?
Cal, fuck you,
I
Cal.
had 2-1
That-
Man United.
Lucky Cal's not on here because I wanted to just say something to Cal.
Whoa.
You're plastic, mate. As if you don't support us against Spurs. Like, fucking hell.
Yeah, he's just trying to be a realist, mate.
He's
No
just
wonder
wanna
you're
win
dropping
this- he's
points
wanna
every
win this
week, mate.
competition, that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Fucking
Alright, should we-
amateur.
Should we move on from
Yeah.
to Southampton West Ham?
So Southampton West Ham. The score for this game was 1-all. Let's take it away first.
So, fuck, yeah, 1-1. Wasn't
Pretty
much.
tough game. I think the Perot goal was a deflection, lucky goal.
Yeah.
Southampton, West Ham didn't look like the dominant side, but I think they didn't look like they were going to get beat.
They're nothing without Ricey, I reckon.
They got Rice, he scored.
That's what I'm saying. They're nothing without him.
Oh, yeah.
Well, neither do I get
Sorry.
points on the board.
Chill out there. We're
He
just
just
having
wants
a-
to argue with someone.
Fired
He
up.
sees you in Cal's seat. So just wants to argue.
I mean, yeah. Well, he got the goal for him, you know. So
Yeah, it was
like,
cracker too, actually. That was a good, really good goal.
Yeah, it was. And I think that's a telling them why they're starting to get points on the board now.
Yeah.
For so long, yeah, they were bottom two. For so long in the season.
Yeah,
Now
they've
started
started
to climb.
slow
So do you reckon he stays with him or what?
this season. I think his deal with him is he's got club captain
Okay.
and he gets this season and then he leaves next season.
Yeah, I had a lot of talks about him coming to Liverpool, but to be honest,
God.
I'd rather Bellingham.
He's going to Chelsea.
He'll go to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea's his favourite club.
Him and Mount, mate.
It's the only reason he hasn't come to United yet, mate, because Chelsea want him.
Yeah.
Well, they don't want him, but he wants to go there.
Oh, there was talks like.
How does it always work that way? Like when a player's like, oh, I want to go to this club. I was
Yeah.
like, nah.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make sense.
I think Chelsea do because especially with players like Ken Taseby struggling with injuries.
Yeah.
Um,
he would suit Chelsea now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would.
100%.
Yeah.
Especially on a pod.
I just don't think he get the game time he wants. I mean, he deserves it, but Chelsea are just like they're real. Like,
Yeah.
They won't play you as much as you want, and then but
I think
do-
Potter might.
I do think that Rice is a player that almost like not verbally, but he like the way he plays, he demands game time. Like he would be like a
Yeah.
Jorginho in that team where he would just mainstay that spot
yeah.
Yeah.
and he would run that squad. I
Yeah.
think.
Like Rice and Gallagher in that midfield would be nice.
Oh, Chelsea's squad's crazy. It is. Man.
I'll give it to you. The youth that Chelsea pull through is fucking nuts.
Oh, they're silly with some of that they let go away for sure.
I wonder if that will change now with different owners and stuff like that.
I mean, the new owner's yet to really impress me, so
Yeah.
no comment on that really. But hopefully, bro, because they've given away some good youth players over the years, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, but there's some good players that have come through. Gallagher's been killing it.
Yeah,
I think
like Gallagher.
Aribo for this game was not playing. Oh, no, he was. Who's the... No, it's not Aribo I'm thinking of. Yes, please.
Yeah. What was our predictions for Southampton West Ham?
Hang on, I just want to say something about West Ham. Just on West Ham, I think they're getting back to sort of what they were doing last year.
And the thing is, David Moyes, he's doing such a good job at West Ham. I think that's why everyone's been so. I wouldn't say everyone. I guess that's why the podcast has been so fair with Moyes, because we know the job he's doing at West Ham, and even though West Ham had a shocking start of the season compared to expectations, but I think that's why there's a lot of patience with West Ham, because we know how good they can be.
Yeah, well, just on that, I think our expectations of West Ham are there because of Moyes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's why everyone's giving him that time, because before that they were that inconsistent mid-table team that really didn't push for that top half finish very often. Whereas now under Moyes, he's sort of made him into that top half finishing team.
Yeah, top 8.
It's weird to think that they're nowhere near it at the minute, but I think they'll come back around.
If there's ever a good thing about starting slow, it's that it's the start of the season.
Yeah,
there's a long way to go to catch back up.
Yeah. Still about 20-something games left.
Yeah,
28 games left this season. So,
and I think I've said it before in the potty, but Souček and Rice for me, they're a very good midfield duo.
Yeah,
they're top.
They are quality. Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah.
So especially for a team like West Ham now to have a good spine in their team for something to build off, very good.
Should we?
So predictions for that one. Scouts had it 3-0 to West Ham. I had it 2-1 West Ham. Benny had it 3-1 West Ham. Sorry, I had it 2-1 Southampton. Benny had it 3-1 West Ham. Cal had it 2-0 West Ham.
So no one got that?
No one got that one.
No.
It was 1-1.
And now the big game.
So the big one of the week, Liverpool versus Manchester City.
Who's starting here, boys?
Not me.
For me, this was a massive win. I think I've talked for the last 5 potties that I fucking hate Manchester City.
After this game, even more.
Rats, their dogs, fucking Bernardo Silva.
I'm just going to say one thing, because
cool down.
I know it's going to be a long chat between you three, mainly you two, but that's probably the most exciting game I've ever watched.
Yeah, well, Liverpool City is such a fucking good game, because
it was actually a crazy game.
Yeah.
So no biased opinion. I'm just going to say it was a good game to watch.
Yeah, agreed.
Liverpool City, I don't think I've ever seen a dull game between the two. Klopp and Pep, no matter where they've been, the teams you've managed, they're the best games to watch. Dortmund versus Bayern back in Germany as well. But fuck, it's this game. The reason
Stressing out.
Anyone got tissues? Fucking orgasm. Sweating. But the reason why this game was so good is because we got a big win midweek in Champions League, and then we got this win after that, and it was kind of just a good telling in terms of seeing a change of formation that looks more suited, like playing Salah central up top. Fuck that. I think that's been a big difference for us. I think Salah, we all touched on it earlier on the podcast, Salah's been too wide for Liverpool, and that's killed Liverpool's attack. Now, Klopp's put him up front, and he's just been fucking deadly up there.
Also changed the formation again for this game, didn't he? He played 4-4-2.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
I mean, Bobby was one of the two up front, but he drops.
Yeah, he plays as a 10.
But he has been playing the 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
And then, he's changed to get... This was different. This was his first time playing sort of a 4-1-1 even.
I think I don't know if City's formation's on there, but they played a very interesting formation.
Yeah.
Did they?
In this game. They played 3. They
played 3 with
1 defensive midfielder, 2 more attacking midfielders, 2 wing backs, and then a striker. It was like 3-1. Whatever numbers you want.
3-1-4-1.
Well, they played with a 3, and I think they transitioned from a 3 to a 4 with Cancelo dropping back.
Yeah.
But he was too busy getting spammed like a Beyblade, so...
I mean, they missed some chances.
Yeah.
They missed some chances.
Shout out to Ali as well, Alisson, his big save against Haaland too. He saved us a lot this season too, Alisson, so shout out to Alisson.
Did it count as an assist as well?
Yeah.
That was just visionary.
Yeah.
That was a good
And
kick.
I will also say, Klopp, holy shit, the passion that man brings, that's just another crazy
I
chat.
fucking love it, eh? When I saw him get the red card, I was hyping him up,
Just the way
good man.
he was like, come on, give it to me.
And he started giving him the finger. I fucking love that. It just shows like how much passion he has for the team and the boys. And that's why like I think Ben and Callow is expecting me and Jack to be devastated when Liverpool have a better result. I think this game was a big telling on why we're so relaxed, because we know what we're capable of and we know the bounce back is possible, and when it's possible, the turnaround can happen. I think this was a big one. Like I want to touch on the game after this week because we haven't got to it yet. But this was a good way for us to turn it around and bring a big belief into the team. Yeah. Like beating City was just huge, especially Salah as well. Like for me personally, I thought, even though how good Gomez was, I thought Harvey Elliott was player of the match. I thought he was fucking fantastic. But a lot of good notes for this game. But I'm loving the two up top at the moment.
I said before the game, if the Cop are up for this, I think we win. And the crowd, fuck me, were up for it.
Yeah,
it was
like a 12th man there.
I'm getting goosebumps again. Yeah, I'll calm down again.
I just my thoughts a little bit on the game. It was just a very good game to watch. Like Jonesy said, from a neutral standpoint, like, I mean, I'm not really neutral because I hate both sides, but I didn't know who I wanted to win, to be honest. I kind of wanted City to win because I wanted to hang shit on you boys, but I don't like seeing City win. So it was good to see him lose. And I know in the chat I was trying to fish for a few angry comments when I said that Foden's goal should have stood. I don't think it should have stood. I think it's.
This was arguing.
It wasn't angry comments. This bloke sitting up 2 a.m. in the morning.
I'm fucking asleep.
They'll reply soon. No, but the referee in it was weird. I thought. Yeah, dreadful. But I've heard a lot of comments saying that the way he ref this game made it as exciting as it was, which is hard to argue with.
I need to give him a little bit of credit. Like, if he was blowing the whistle every single time, it would have been shit.
Well, that's because Klopp and Pep went into, like, the managers and the captains have to meet with the ref before every game. And when they went into the change room, they asked the ref to let things play. So that was a big part of why it happened.
Yeah.
Like, they requested that, but the ref just let too much shit play. Like, the red card that Klopp got sent off for, that was the most clear foul I've seen in the history of football.
Yeah. Salah had a ridiculous. Some of the fouls on Salah that weren't given, I was just sitting there. I was like, "Fucking hell!" Like that.
Happens to him every game, by the way.
Yeah, but normally they get given. Clear ones.
A lot of the time they don't actually.
But shout out to Salah, but like fucking,
he does dive a lot too, you know.
No, that's a myth. But Salah, like he spanned like the whole back line of City. Like I remember he dropped Cancelo, he dropped Ake, he dropped Diaz and Akanji. He dropped every single person on their ass.
That's one thing I would say of Cancelo is like
small fella.
At that stage of the game, Salah had already dropped Diaz and Ake. Why are you trying to fucking get tight to him there? Like he has dropped the two biggest players on your team already.
Well, I saw a lot
of
criticism about Cancelo, especially from pundits like Micah Richards and some other City, Shane Given as well, some City legends, talking about like Cancelo has done this game where he just has blinders in defending, but like his attacking so good. I think that kind of showed like if Cancelo has that liability of defending, like why are you leaving him one-on-one in the back with Salah?
As
well. Like that should have been Ake for pace.
If you watch the goal back and like. I didn't notice it till I watched the Pep post-match.
Yeah, De Bruyne.
It's De Bruyne's man. It's not like they don't leave Cancelo one-on-one at the back of Salah. Salah breaks from the box and just sprints, and De Bruyne just lets him go. So
props to Ali too, like having the vision because he's picked out Salah 3 times now for that exact same pass. He's scored goals.
Like Salah finished too by Salah.
He should have scored earlier too. And Edison, to be fair, I mean we always give Edison a bit of shit. Not being the greatest goalkeeper, but he made an unreal save for Salah's earlier chance.
And the more magnificent thing about Salah's goal was when he missed the first. What was it?
Magnificent.
Superstar level. But like when because the reason it was so good was because the first shot where Edison saved. It was the exact same position, the exact same shot the second time. And Salah's like, I know exactly how Edison's going to save this. I'm going to put it a couple of inches more higher around to the right of him because I know his arm's going to drop here. Like to have that thinking in your head while you're trying to outpace Cancelo
in front of that many people.
Like to be that focused is crazy. So shout out to Salah.
You're a striker. You you thinking that when you're
Never, ever. Like, I'm nowhere near that level. Like, that is just...
That's not even just placing it. It's like, cool, I need to place a corner, but I know the keeper saved it in this direction last time, so...
Not only that, but, like, just being able to pull it off. Like, that, we're talking about, like, you know, that he's got it, he's lifted it, like, not even a metre off the ground, just to miss his hand and his foot. And it's like just to pull that off.
He's only got like probably a second and a half to really think about.
Yeah, by the time he gets it under control and gets to the shot, it's like 2 seconds.
If that, I reckon.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Fun fact for you, but Haaland's never been Liverpool.
Yeah, four games
times.
now. I've seen that.
All this chat about Helen, Sal's better anyway, so was our predictions.
So predictions for that one, Scouts 3-2 to Liverpool. I had it 2-1 Liverpool. Benny had it 3-0 City. Cal had it 4-0 City.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I wish Cal was here to talk about 4-0 City. You kidding?
To be fair,
No,
like,
no fairness.
to be
I thought
fair,
it was going to be a whitewash, personally.
the way Liverpool have been playing,
Yeah.
the way
Anfield,
City
though,
have been
like-
playing. Yeah, I know.
Anfield is a big
And,
factor.
I mean,
Like Virgil's stat at Anfield, he hasn't lost. He's never lost a game at Anfield,
But
he's
to
been
be
lose for 5
fair,
years.
if City got those chances at the start, I reckon they would ran away with it for sure. But
And I just wanted to say quickly as well, if Trent played that, you'd lose. So that's probably
He
the
did
only
play.
reason.
Yeah, he did.
He came off the bench.
Well, he played, didn't he?
Appearance. He gets appearance money.
I think City like he would have scored more.
And it was late too when he came on.
so
But,
he didn't start. Is he
No.
the form? Is that the reason?
No,
he
No, he
didn't
got
start?
injured.
injured.
He got injured.
Okay.
but that's all I'm saying. If Milner didn't start that game at right back,
Well, Trent started against West Ham, we won too, so...
that's not City though, is it?
No, but...
Might argue that it's
Just
more-
another-
How did he look when he
more
came
balls
on?
than
I watched like the mini match and it
He didn't do it. Like
Yeah.
there was no time.
Not much going on.
I think he played like 4 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
So what a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just another-
his best performance of the season. That.
Just another Trent bring up for our listeners.
Yeah, sorry boys.
So is the United boys talking about Trent?
Mainly me, to be honest. I don't like him. Anyway, crack on. What was starting day 12?
Yeah,
Match day 12?
so kicking off is Brighton versus Forest.
Yeah.
0-0.
Stinky game.
And this is going back off their result the week before too of not like the downfall since Potter leaving.
Yeah.
Especially home against Forest as well, like that is you should be winning that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Forest are there for the taking at the moment with points. Like most teams going Forest, I think, easy points.
Yeah.
And that,
Relax.
yeah, well, we'll see tonight. But yeah, I think Brighton missed a trick there, drawing, especially at home, like you said at the Amex.
I think they're just missing the players that they've lost really. Like Chelsea took a couple of good players off them.
Well, they started so strong. I think that the Potter effect is starting to wear off. Like they're losing Potter is starting to hit him hard.
Trossard was injured, so that's probably why they didn't get a goal. But still, like, oh,
got the
Trossard did
players.
play actually.
They got the players. Pascal Gross has started the season.
Trossard did
Unreal. Welbeck's is a baller. Like,
Welbeck's been good.
like they've got the players. They just I think that and I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name. The Zagreb manager that came, I think it's from Zagreb. Their new manager anyway. I think
it wasn't
him.
from there, but yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. I think he's trying to implement his style. Like we said, he changed formation in the game previously to whoever they versed, and it didn't work out. They lost that game. Brentford, Brentford. They lost against Brentford, and then they backed it up with a poor draw to Nottingham. So
The good thing about Brighton's new manager is that they have a bit of room for error because Potter did so well. They got so many points on the board for him.
Yeah.
And this new dude has a bit more breathing room for to try.
yeah, they were like right up there
Top
after
4.
Potter.
Yeah.
Like that, I think they were third or fourth, but what Potter did for them, pretty much like in 8 games, has almost secured them from getting relegated. Like this guy could
100%.
come in and just be like an absolute bum, and
Shaking me.
chances are they're not going to get relegated because of Potter. So
It's shitty how your manager can just leave like that, but
Yeah.
but I mean, when a big club like Chelsea come in for you, you gotta.
still, but I just think it's
And I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that Potter was like, I think he was like in the bottom 3 paid managers in the league.
Yeah.
he was only like on 2
And
million.
now he's in the top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, now like
Top 4. I think he's 4th.
Yeah, but
5th.
still, I mean, yeah, I get why. Anyway, I'd say yes in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But it's just, I reckon there should be a bit of regulations with managers as well as players.
Yeah.
It's rough in terms of dedication to the club. Like, it should be like the same with transfer windows.
Yeah, that's what I think.
If you are leaving, but yeah, it makes it difficult.
Because it could wreck a club, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
same as Villa for, like...
Yeah. You have a contract for a reason.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the Brighton fan base, but were sort of understanding of it. Like, I don't think there was a big uproar about it. Like, I'm pretty sure most of them were like pretty not like. I think they've known for a couple of seasons that Potter's going to go on to do bigger and better things.
Yeah,
when the job opened up.
Yeah, I get that, but halfway or not even like that's just a
at
bit
the start of the
rich, do you know
season.
what I mean? Like, and Chelsea big ball is just like, we'll give you whatever you want and you just come now. I just think it's a bit rich.
Money talks, but
What was our predicciones? I agree.
So the score was 0-0. Scousey had it 2-0 to Brighton. I had it 2-1 Brighton. Benny had a 2-0 Brighton. Cal had a 3-0 Brighton.
yeah.
Next game was Crystal Palace versus Wolves.
2-1 the Palace.
2-1 the Palace.
This was a decent game.
This was exactly, because I think I was talking about last week in the potty about Palace when they played, I think they versed, and it was a 0-0 draw. Palace versus Leicester. And I was saying how Eze was doing all the right things besides the final third. And I think he ended up getting those things right this game. Yeah, was able to link up a lot more with the front three and midfield. And I think that was a big change for Palace in itself, was that Eze was able to make those final decisions. And yeah, I thought...
Yeah, Eze. Yeah, I thought the same. I thought Eze was he's been unreal every game. But like you said, some games he'll play like the Leicester game and he'll do everything right, but he's just no, it's just not happening for Palace. But the Wolves game, I think they went behind. I remember seeing they were behind from the Traore goal, and then they came back to win, which is big for Palace in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, Wolves are a hard team to break down at the best of times, really. And when they go up, you think, okay, like generally with Wolves, like they're a shithouse of a team, but when they go up, you think they're going to win because they're so hard to break down. But Palace to win that, very good. The goal, Zaha goal was good too.
I was about to say that. Shout out to Zaha being able to
I was going to say that as well.
use that experience.
Do you reckon he stays around? Or?
I think he has to. I can't see him going to a big six and getting regular time.
I think he's had the chance and he's just stayed, so I think he's locked in. I think if Palace can get some more players to play with him, like which they do, but
they're signing well, but like they're bringing in good players now.
Like if they keep doing that and they go to a good manager as well, like if he sticks around,
which is good for now for Zaha and Palace, because Zaha's at that age now where he's going to start hitting like peak form at this age, and you want to start building a team around him now before it gets too late. 2 seasons ago, it was probably more open to him going. But now I think the best thing for Zaha is to stay at Palace. You know how good he is, but I can't see him stepping into another Big Six team and getting regular starts.
No, definitely not. He needs to stay at Palace. I think that's 100%.
Keep his legacy there.
Yeah.
Regular starts.
Do Wolves get relegated this season or?
No, not
They
relegated.
dropped off.
They'll fire
They've been incredibly poor, and the sacking of the manager, I think it could help them, but I don't know. Their team is too good to get relegated, in my opinion. Like they've got too much quality,
Experience,
experience exactly.
Neves.
Yeah. Costa hasn't really
Moutinho's still
looked
there.
good though since he's come.
No,
not so far.
He's not played football in like 2 years or something before signing for Wolves, so it'll take him a little bit of time. Hey,
Who's that?
Diego Costa.
Oh yeah.
One thing on that game too, just I think we touched on it last week when we were talking about Palace, but well said. Odson Edouard, I think Cal touched on it. He scored and he's been looking a lot better. I think that's one thing we've spoken about with Palace is their lack of a striker. Zaha's a weapon, Eze's a weapon. You know, Elise when he plays is very good.
I was going to say that actually before.
Yeah.
There is no striker.
Yeah, they struggle. No, they got Odson Edouard and Philippe Jean Mateta or whatever his name is. But they're both very good strikers, but they just haven't hit the ground running with Palace. But Odson Edouard definitely is starting to pick up some steam.
So you'd put him over like AU as a...
Yeah, I don't rate AU. Like AU puts in a job, but he plays winger for him most of the time as well.
Yeah, not really like an out and out striker.
Yeah, but Odson Edouard, I think important for Vieira. Keep him playing up top and get him some form. I think they've got a winner there. Like he'll do well. The ball he plays through to Zaha to score is a good one.
I was going to say that Benteke's not at Palace anymore, so
No, I didn't think
retract.
it was.
No.
Typical fake fan.
Yeah.
Well, it's Cal that loves Palace, isn't it?
Yeah, Cal loves him.
Yeah.
Cal loves. He's going to get a jersey.
Yeah, he's getting a Zaha.
Gutsy win by Palace for that.
Yeah.
game.
What were their predictionos for that one, Jackie?
So a couple of corrects. Scouts had it 1-1. I had it 1-0 Palace. Benny and Cal 2-1 Palace. Correct.
United boys.
Someone's
Correct
got
scores.
The Simpsons fucking.
Matt
Texas
Groening
on
up
the
here,
man.
man.
They know the fucking future or something.
Me and Cal in the back row
Losing, but
last week
he's
wanking
getting
off.
flogged,
Matt
don't you?
Who?
In the
In the overall comp, yeah, but like we like to win with a comeback.
Got to
so
wear a
it's
jersey
fine.
at the end. Got to wear a jersey. That's
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah, I'm not. Do we have to buy one? Is that the rule? Or
Rather
surely
shit my
not.
pants.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you got to get one from the Liverpool website.
Fuck
Oh,
off.
you got to buy one.
FSG out, man.
Oh, that's sad.
Next game.
Next game, Bournemouth, Southampton.
Oh, should we just let Scousey know? Just the big news. Me and Cal got an exactor on the Palace Wolves game.
I'll talk it up, Ben. Talk it up, Ben.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, next game. So Bournemouth, Southampton. Southampton won 1-0.
Yeah, I couldn't believe this because I'm pretty sure I backed a draw,
You did.
but
So did
I've been thinking the Bournemouth run had to stop. You know, I was like, because they've been undefeated since obviously Gary O'Neill come in, and I thought it's definitely going to come to an end. Like it has to. Like they're not convincing. They're solid, but they're not convincing.
If it weren't, that'd be it.
But I just thought, I remember doing the prediction and I was like, it's not going to be Southampton that beat them. And sure enough, it fucking was. And Che Adams scores for the first time in like, I think fucking 7 consecutive games or something like that.
Of scoreless. Like
He hasn't scored in a while, Che Adams. So big goal for
I
him.
mind him, by the way. I think.
Yeah, I do rate Che Adams. I just think that
He's got it in him. He's just
Southampton don't score
consistency.
goals very often.
Yeah.
I've got a public service announcement. Callum sent for a 9-second voice message.
All right, let's
He wants
hear
us to
it.
play.
Hiya lads, sorry I can't be there tonight, just getting pissed in another venue. Love to the boys, love to the dugout, up the lads, up the boys, Man United to win.
Well said.
Well, we'll
Cal.
bleep that last part.
Sounds absolutely buckled. Well, I'll drink to that.
Yeah,
Cal.
cheers, boys.
So, what game were we on? Did I miss?
Bournemouth, Southampton.
Sweet.
Pretty dead, but Bournemouth copping their first defeat in
Shout out to Bournemouth.
6 games.
They've done well.
They have.
They've done really well. They've exceeded my expectations for this season, sitting on 12th at the moment.
Yeah.
I think they've done really well compared to my expectations. Like 3 wins, 4 draws out of 11 games is huge for a team that's just come up.
I agree. I think even in this game, like this is like I just said to you, it's like I think they were bound to come off the wagon sooner or later because they haven't been that convincing. This game was probably their most convincing. They looked really good against Southampton. I thought they outplayed them. They should have taken a couple of chances they got.
I think Solanke is going to just get better and better.
Love him.
I do.
Fucking love him.
He got over 30
He's
goals
over,
last
He's
season.
shit house, mate.
30 goals last season, mate.
He's not that good.
You know what's interesting about these teams when they play against each other is one team, it can go either 2 ways, end to end, or one team dominates and can't score because they're not used to playing against that sort of low block.
Low block, yeah.
Whereas
100%.
Whereas City, if you play a low block against them, they're going to beat you 5-0 because they've done that week in, week out.
Training sessions.
Yeah. If you go out and press City, that they buckle a bit. But
Yeah.
like it's interesting to see that these games, mid to bottom of the ladder games, it's
Well, we seen that's a good point because we seen it last week against Fulham, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
It's very similar to all, just similar thing. Like they just sort of hit each other. Like they don't. That one was more end to end.
Yeah.
Where this one wasn't quite, but exactly what you're saying. Like they don't know how to break down a low block.
Yeah, and it's usually the team that plays low block that ends up winning the game.
Yeah, yeah, they snatch a win like with Southampton.
I mean, it's easy for me to say that now because it's happened in this game. But like,
What was
it's either like a scrappy, shitty goal or just a fucking
yeah,
shit house of a breakaway.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So predictions for this one was Scouse had a 1-0 Bournemouth. I had a 1-1 draw. Benny had a 1-1 draw, and Cal 2 correct scores in a row. 1-0 Southampton.
Oh, you gem.
And the other season, I would have picked Southampton. But the way they started this season just made that difficult.
Yeah, I was so close to picking Southampton, but because of Bournemouth's run, I was like,
Those games would be so hard to actually pick. Eh?
yeah, they suck.
I'm a spear on the big match of the week got postponed. Arsenal versus City.
I was looking for this on fucking Thursday morning. I was like, what? Like, where's the game? I
Yeah,
wanted to watch this game.
Because of the I'm pretty sure it's because of Arsenal's PSV game in
Europa
the
League,
Europa
yeah.
League.
Yeah.
Just on that quickly, Arsenal are 100% record in Europa League as well.
Yeah, they're doing bits.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, Europa League's a bit of a dead league, I know, but you know, there's some good teams in there, like you know.
The thing is, you still got to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And look at their teams, like United have been playing pretty strong sides. Arsenal are rotating the fuck out of their side for the Europa League.
The thing is, we were concerned about Arsenal's depth as too.
Yeah.
And they're rotating in Europe and getting results.
Yeah.
I've not been watching the Europa League, but does Smith Rowe play?
I think he did the early doors, but I think he got injured pretty quick. And he's still injured, so.
He's gone off the radar.
But they've been playing like Marquinhos, their new like Brazilian young fella, and Lokongo and Vieira plays pretty much every Europa League game. He looks unreal.
He was pretty good against us.
Yeah.
And the game before, I can't remember who it was. He scored a cracker, but
Yeah. I think it was Brentford or something.
yeah. Anyway, moving on because that game didn't exist. Brentford, Chelsea.
Big game.
0-0.
Chelsea.
Thoughts,
I'm looking at the wrong
Jonesy?
score here. It was 0-0.
Yeah,
That's my bad.
bit of a
Go on.
harsh game to watch, I may say. I mean, I actually watched this game.
Full 90?
Yeah, I was up with the Fishers in the morning. I was like, you know what? Fucking the game's on. I'm going to watch it. Look, we probably should have won, to be honest. Like you said before, but like when you've got a dominating team but they just can't score, I think that's exactly what was happening. A couple of good chances. Sterling had a good chance but just couldn't sort of get his head around it. I think Aubameyang, when he came on, looked deadly. I think he should have started.
What's your thoughts on Breuer?
Probably too early to put thoughts out. I don't mind it, but
Yeah.
I think he's definitely got a long road ahead of him.
So do I. Yeah.
But there's been a lot of chat again from Plastic fans online about Havertz out, and I just want to say he's a fucking dog's cunt. No, yeah, well, he basically won us the Champions League.
I don't mind him, eh?
Yeah.
That's he's been good for years, and he's so young.
They're just talking shit. So anyone want to come to fucking no.
You have to give up my address.
That's my address, mate. Probably on but no, look, credit to Brentford because probably he's a good draw and it just killed our winning streak as well. So now I'm a bit nervous because we've got United tonight, and I thought we were going to cream them.
Should be.
You know, not going to touch on it too much, but I'm just going to say, Chelsea should have won that game and they didn't. So now we're in the back pocket, sort of thing.
Yeah, and that's like when we touched on Arsenal before, winning those type of games away, getting the result. Yeah, that's something that teams start to build on. You know, like you get the wins at home, you start getting wins every now and then, but as long as Pollard can build on this and start getting results away, then contention for title is in the future. But shout out to Brentford.
You test your game plan against the bigger teams.
Yeah.
The teams that are, all due respect, lower, that's when you just need results.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
I think it was a result for Brentford.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Chukwuemeka.
Look, Chelsea need to step it up a little bit, I reckon, as well.
Yeah, I was surprised with Sterling or Stone. I'm not sure what the reason is behind that.
I thought the lineup was just odd in general, for Chelsea. Like Breuer starting, I thought was a bit odd. Gallagher's gotten 2 starts in a row, was it? Yeah.
I mean, he deserves it. But I think
I agree.
Aubameyang should be starting because I'm going to say this. I think he could be the next Drogba for us. I reckon he can do big. 100%.
That is a huge
I've loved him from Dortmund to Arsenal to Chelsea. Like I think he's just one of the all and out strikers. I reckon he could definitely probably not hit the stats that Drogba did, but he can be like that solid.
Yeah, big game player.
I think
If our manager sticks around, if our owner sort of gives what the manager wants, because Chelsea is definitely profound for just dropping whoever they want.
Yeah,
But Aubameyang could definitely just
Good in terms of goals. Aubameyang's a better goal scorer than Drogba, but the way Drogba made Chelsea play was just you didn't really see many number 9s doing that.
No.
I just
hold up.
I think
link play.
he could definitely take us to where we want to be because I reckon we're still a par below where we should be.
I think definitely more so than Sterling. When I know early doors in the season, Sterling was playing up top for us, and I don't know. Sterling was doing okay, but I didn't really like it.
That's a good signing though. I think Sterling, and I might give this a chat too. Aubameyang sort of stole a goal off Sterling, and Sterling just was around the boys. That's what you want in a team.
Yeah, I see
that. That was Ronaldo. Yeah. Watch out. He'd be running off the fucking
walk down the tunnel. Walk off the field down the tunnel.
Everyone, it's such a fucking home at Chelsea, I reckon. So...
Which is good. I give a lot of props to Tuchel for that.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I reckon. Gone too soon. Shout out to my boy Tuchel.
Remember I think it was a bicycle from Ronaldo for Portugal. It was going in and Nani.
Yeah, Nani
headed it.
Yeah,
offside.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't. Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
That. To be fair. It was like it was an absolute maze run doing the little dink over the keeper's head.
Was it not a bicycle?
No, he fucking skinned like 3 players and then dinked the keeper like
it was going in.
Ridiculous angle. It was going in and Natty comes in on offside position, heads it in and the goal gets ruled out. Ronaldo just went mental about it.
Goal. Another victory legend.
What was our prediction on the Arnials? That one.
So back to Chelsea.
I was trying to do what Cal said last week, but I butchered it. No, he said like prediction Aldos or whatever it was.
Prediction Aldos.
I can't say it.
Up the Black Marlin.
It's just going to sound like slow words.
What was the predictions? Did anyone get that?
No. So we all went in favour of Chelsea. Scouts 2-1, me 2-0, Benny 2-0, Cal 3-1.
All in favour of Chelsea, yeah.
So next game, Liverpool versus West Ham. You want to take it away?
Yeah, I was very happy with this performance. I think, especially Núñez getting the goal as well, and being able to step into that role as being a striker for Liverpool. But I think he's been offering a lot more than just striker. I think he's been more than the goal scorer. And I think he's been doing that in the games before this. But I think there's so much expectation in him being the goal scorer. That's all people focus on is he's not scoring, and I think you can compare it, especially the way Haaland's scoring at the moment. But I do rate Núñez a lot, and I think there's a lot to come from him. I think he's got a big future ahead of him, and I'm excited to see the growth going forward. But shout out to this game, especially Thiago. For me, besides Gerrard...
Yeah, fucking saw that as well.
He's fucking shit.
I will say Núñez.
Every Liverpool player I mentioned, he's shit out.
No,
no matter what Liverpool player I say.
I'm sorry. Fair enough, Thiago's a weapon. I'll pay respects to whoever else you say, but Núñez is fucking dog shit. He is a terrible player.
He finished above every United player in Ballon d'Or list.
He's a terrible player. He's not a good player.
Yeah, no shit else.
He finished above it. He finished above it playing fucking for Benfica in the League of Portuguese.
What's wrong with the Portuguese league?
Yeah.
Well, it's just not to the level of the Premier League. Or would you disagree?
They're in Champions League, unlike United.
I think his attitude's pretty poor.
That's why I love that even more from him. Because I think it adds that
he can be like a player a bit like Costa for Chelsea. He can be
Suarez.
but his attitude can kill a game. Because
I don't know. When I watch him play as a striker, as you said before, Jackie, the fundamentals of striking, the positions you should be in, the touches you should make, the runs you should make to open space for others, he doesn't do any of it. He's fucking
but that's your
rubbish.
expectations of what a striker is. Like someone like Firmino, he got criticised for so long because he wasn't scoring goals and the way he was able to adapt and add other things to the game.
But I rate Firmino. I don't look at it as score. That's why I'm saying.
Firmino now,
fair enough.
Núñez
Fair enough. Núñez isn't scoring goals. I'm not judging him on that. I'm judging him on everything else because that's like as a person who plays striker, I've played under different coaches who want different things, and what I see from Núñez is just wrong. Like he just does everything pretty much everything wrong.
I think you need to
How are you comparing playing for Bravo Tigers to playing for
Obviously-
Liverpool? And what you're going from a striker? That's a ridiculous.
Obviously, it's completely different, but the fundamentals are the same, and he doesn't do the basics right. That's what I'm trying to get across. His touch is rubbish. He gets chances where he should do a lot better with, and he's some of his shooting is
Watch
laughable.
Liverpool.
Yes.
I think you need to watch a game.
You don't watch a game.
Okay. What about City? Was he good against City?
I thought he did well.
It was
He's
the
not-
worst 15 minutes
He's not
anyone's
worth a
ever
start. Definitely not. He's worth.
Where's 15 minutes?
He's
He's so blinded by his own shit, he doesn't see
He's
it.
worth being in Liverpool squad, but he's not worth starting. But he's just started there.
Well, that's what I mean. It's this expectation of
Yeah.
he's meant to be the world's best player as soon as he comes in.
He's not meant to be the
And
world's
he's
best
20
player. He's meant
20
to be worth 90 million pounds.
If I can finish my sentence, you'll understand what I'm getting at. But if he continues...
Yeah, chill out, man.
Like he's 22 years old. He's got such a big time ahead of him. He's coming to a team where the player that was there before him was Mane. He's got big shoes to fill, and he's going to get to that position where he is going to fill those boots. But now he's a new player in a new league and a new team. He's adapting to a new system, especially the amount that Klopp demands from players in the system and the pressing and the running. So it's a lot harder to adapt than it is to many other teams in the world. But the way Núñez is coming in and making those transitions into adapting, I think he's doing well. I don't think he's being trash. I don't think he's being shit. I think he's just a new player in a new league and a new team trying to adapt and make progress. And I think he's doing that well.
Okay.
I think his some of his technique, like touching the ball, looks very unorthodox, which fans will get on because it doesn't look pretty. But in terms of his running in behind, like I disagree with what you said. I think he does that perfectly. I think he roughs defenders up.
Running ball to feet, getting ball to feet. Do you think he does that? Because that's one thing. That's one big criticism I have of him.
That goes exactly to what I said. So Núñez is fitting in a new team, a new system. At Benfica, he wasn't dropping back and playing the same position as a Bobby Firmino plays as a striker, where you play as a false nine and also you get forward. So Núñez is coming to a new team, transition to a new style of play. And I think he's doing it well in terms of a whole brand new style of football and bringing his style to it and then trying to adapt to it. And I think he's doing a good job so far.
I don't think he's had many opportunities to run at plays, to be honest. I think
Yeah.
the times where he's effective is when the ball is getting played in behind for him or a cross or something like that.
He's got better goals per minute than any other striker in the league besides Haaland.
What
He's still
nationality is
getting
he?
goals.
Argentinian?
Uruguay. Yeah.
I think there was someone that played for Uruguay said like he's probably one of the best strikers I've ever seen.
Suarez.
Was it Suarez? It was.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you've got chat, I mean, looking back at it now, Liverpool to Liverpool, yeah, he probably would say that. But I mean,
No, well,
he's got potential. But I'll agree with you that because I have seen some bad touches from him, like especially touches that
I will
a
put my
Premier
hand
League
up.
striker shouldn't be doing.
I will put my hand up and say that it definitely could be a lot of bias from me because I am quite a bias toward Liverpool. I think I am quite biased, especially to you boys. But I don't know. I just I agree with you on that, on the point you made. How to be fair, both your points. How you said he runs in behind. I do agree. He does make dangerous runs in behind. And he opens space up well there. Just some of the other runs that I've seen, like some decision making he makes, just he's sort of, to me, he's not worth £90 million, anywhere near it to what I've seen of him so far. And then touching on your point, of course he could absolutely progress into being that, but for me at the moment, nowhere near it.
I think price tags.
He's a Uruguayan Andy Carroll.
This goes exactly back to your argument with Grealish and earlier in the podcast about having the price tag on him. And I think that is an unfair way to view him, especially if you're backing Grealish because of the price tag as well.
Of course, but that's how the footballing world is now.
Yeah, but you can't say this because of Grealish and then use the debate for something else because it fits the goalpost. Like,
yeah, no, well, I just said that that's with the Grealish thing. That's why it's been labelled on, but it's the same as Núñez. But like I said, like that's how the footballing world works. Price tags do matter.
but for me, like the way I look at it is he's played 5 games, he's got the best goal to game ratio besides Haaland in the league, and you got to focus more on the positives. 5 games into a new team, into a new season. I think if you get caught up in all the negatives, you just
just you've got to focus on the positive because it's your player. I'm always going to focus on the negatives because it's Liverpool. So any bad touch he makes, any fucking
Yeah, but in terms of like actually analysing the football players in the game, like it's just stupid to be like he's shit, he's bad, he's shit, drop him. Like to actually analyse him as a player and then come into a new team, you got to focus on the positive. Like if this was his second season in and he was doing the things you're saying, then fair enough. But he's played 5 games. He's still getting the goals. He's still getting the contributions. Some decisions he's not linking up with, especially that pass to Salah in the City game, which is outrageous. But I think you got to focus more on the positives because all this type of stuff is going to win out of his game over time. Okay. And that's why, I can't really criticise him.
Do you think he's worth the 90 mil then?
Yeah.
Well, I personally think we need to be careful about price tags on players because let's take. I'm just going to talk about Liverpool here. Mane for 35 mil. Is he a 35 mil player?
worth more than that.
Yeah, but we sold him for 35 because...
Is that what you sold him for?
Sold him.
Yeah.
Fuck. He had a year left in his contract.
That's what I mean. They sold him for 35 and signed Nunes.
Because of the contract.
Yeah,
he only had a year left.
So
teams like Bayern Munich that want him, they're like, well, if you want to
make any money,
you will accept a lower price.
But the thing is, we signed Nunes and still made profit. But the way we dealed the Nunes deal as well, we paid, what did we pay up front? 76 up front. So that was euro. So I think it was £65, and the rest is bonuses that get added on when he reaches certain milestones. So we've only paid 65 so far, but the amount we made in sales as well made up for it too. So it's not like we're breaking the bank.
We need to move on. But yeah, I take both your points, and I just think probably a lot of buyers, but I'm not rating them at the moment.
I think I said in our Liverpool chat one last thing, that I'm convinced on Nunes.
You think that he's going to be a superstar?
I'm convinced on him. I'm putting my eggs in that basket.
Okay, that's fair enough.
What was our predictionios?
So...
Ben just wants to argue with someone.
Predictionios, boys, that's how it is.
So Liverpool, Scouts had it Liverpool 2-0. I had it 2-0 Liverpool. Benny had it 2-2. And Cal had it 1-0 Liverpool.
Oh, shout out to Alisson's penalty save too.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
this pen.
Yeah.
We didn't touch on anything about West Ham there. They
Yeah.
actually played all right.
Yeah, I thought
First half they would...
Yeah, they
just
played decent.
on the performance, I actually thought Liverpool were quite lucky to get the win. Because there was two really big chances from memory for West Ham. The penalty, obviously, and then the back post cross from Declan Rice that fucking looped and Ben Rama volleyed it straight to Alisson. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You don't remember that? It was like a stupidly looped cross, and Alisson's half came and then just backed off and
did he go for it and miss it a bit?
No, he came out, but it just started hooking, so he went back in goals and fell straight to Ben Rama, who was unmarked, on the 6-yard box on the back post. But it was a hard cross to control, but he unluckily hit it straight at Alisson.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Shout out to West Ham, good performance in terms of their start of the season.
Ricey again, I reckon, did bits.
Yeah, definitely.
Next game, Newcastle-Everton. The score for this game was 1-0 to Newcastle.
Big Almiron, did you see the comments he was saying about Grealish?
Yeah.
did he say something back?
Yeah, he was saying shit back to Grealish.
Oh, did he? Good
in
on
the
him.
City,
I
yeah.
fucking love that guy.
Yeah, he made a comment after the game.
Mickey.
And he's like, he said something like, I'm paraphrasing here, but he said something like, if I'm so shit, why have I got double the goal contributions than you this season? Or this calendar year or something like that.
Yes, Miggy.
And yeah, he was feeding Grealish.
He's had
back,
a
so.
cracker start to the season too.
It was a great goal.
Yeah, it was. He's scoring banger after banger at the moment too.
That other left foot volley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't.
But I think I said, why is he even trying on his left?
Yeah.
It makes way too much more sense to
Is
do what's right.
this worrying for Everton? 1 shot, 0 on target.
No, because Newcastle, as I said before, Newcastle is such a good team. I think we look at Newcastle as a mid-table team. They're not. They're a top half team.
Oh, yeah. I know, it's just more so of 0
If
shots.
I was a fan of Everton, I'd be worried,
Yeah, no shots on target, 1 shot in total, especially with your striker coming back.
They don't have any sort of real star power. They've got good squad, but
I think the problem with Everton is they've for me anyway, what I notice is for so long they haven't had DCL and Frank Lampard has made it work without him.
Yeah.
Like they've learned how to play without DCL. Now he's come back and they almost look a little bit lost on what to do going forward.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't really. It's almost like he doesn't suit the way they play now. So I don't know. It's interesting. I think it's hard to judge him. Newcastle, as I said, Newcastle good side, and it's his first game back. I think he played a sub the game before. But
2 games and then his first start.
yeah, so it's hard to judge, but
Just quickly, I think it was this game, the fans brought like dinosaurs to the fucking...
Yeah.
What do you think of Pickford as a goalie? Like, because is he England's number one? Or?
Nah.
What's
Not England's
the
number
question?
1 though.
I think so, bro.
who's England's number one? Who's England's number one? If you don't say Rambo, you're off your head.
Who?
Ramsdale.
Yeah.
He's number 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rambo's he has
Over
got to be.
Pickford.
Yeah. Only thing I would say about it is Pickford in an England shirt has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I thought he's done bits for
Yeah.
England. I think he gets a lot of heat, but
It'd have to be Ramsdale.
Even for Everton, like again, the game against after you slated him and then you just played Everton,
He had the game.
he had the game of his absolute
Yeah.
life.
he can
So,
turn it on, eh?
Yeah,
I mean, he's probably the same size as Kepa, I reckon, anyway, and Kepa's just doing fucking bits.
he's 6'3", I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, right.
It's good for Everton for sure. But I think I think Ramsdale gets ahead of him
okay.
for England. Definitely.
Who's third choice?
You know who he looks like?
It's hard to say this season. Last season I probably would have put Nick Pope as the starter, but now,
Yeah, Nick Pope.
Yeah.
Wait,
Third choice.
third choice.
yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah, Nick,
I feel like
Nick Pope.
Now-
Nick
Pickford's got to
Pope.
be second.
Yeah,
Just
Nick-
because of the.
it's either Nick Pope or Dean Henderson,
loyalty
isn't it?
thing. Yeah. Or Sam Johnston.
He's not been playing for Palace. He got the move and hasn't been playing.
Yeah.
You know who Pickford looks like? He looks like a grown-up version of the boy of This Is England.
This is England. Yeah, I love
He
those.
does.
All that. Maybe it isn't.
He does.
Imagine going to a game, but the fucking
Conspiracies.
fans have dinosaurs in the fucking...
Sure, you punch down with the crowd.
Dugout conspiracy strong.
songs that fucking they'd be singing about him behind the goalies.
I couldn't take it. Like everyone in the stadium singing about it. I was like, "Fuck,
You
When-
fat bastard.
yeah, go on."
We need to fly through these, but because we're an hour and a half in, and we're
Yeah,
actually,
still got a quiz.
almost at the game.
Right.
Game's almost on.
So predictions for this: Newcastle. Scouts had it 2-0 to Newcastle. I had it 2-0 to Newcastle. Benny 2-1 Newcastle, and Cal 4-0 Newcastle. The score was 1-0.
I think you know.
So we talked about United Tottenham
Yeah, no.
already. Fulham versus Villa.
What was our predictions?
On the what?
United Tottenham.
He already went through.
Oh, okay. So
There was an
4-0.
exact from me in there.
So this is with the sacking for Stinky Steve. This game.
Sticky Steve, he calls him, eh? Fuck.
Oh, Cal said it.
That's the podcast
Cal's
name.
name.
Oh.
Cal is dangerous,
Jeez.
mate. Cal's swore on it that Mitrovic would get nowhere near 10 goals this season. He's on 8.
Yeah, and he's come like from the injury. He's come back absolutely fine.
He's scoring again.
Yeah, it's not like nothing happened.
Yeah.
So, fucking hats off. The goal from Harrison Reed's a cracker too.
Yeah.
Another own goal, but for Tyrone Mings. I watched that and they just all look like no one wanted to be there.
Surely he gets dropped.
That's why he's.
He has to.
Well, it's a new manager. It's going to be completely different. Douglas Luiz gets a red as well.
Yeah. I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
it's soft.
It was soft, but it's smart from Mitro. Like he eggs it on,
Yeah.
and then Douglas Luiz comes in with his head. It's a silly.
Yeah.
As
silly.
Jared's post match. Did you see Jared's post match? And he said about it. He talked about it. He's like, he gave him because they were asked him what he thought of it, and he said, look, Douglas Luiz gave him a decision to make.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's
And his decision was to
yeah. He's like,
follow.
in this day and age, the game, that's always it's going to be a red. It is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, something to think about. But yeah,
Predictions for this.
Yeah.
Scouts had it 1-0 Villa. I had it 2-1 Villa. Benny had it 2-1 to Fulham. And Carl had it 1-1. So last game,
Leicester.
the recap is Leicester versus Leeds.
Week
Only
for me,
another
by the way.
win for Leicester.
Yeah,
Scores for this was 2-0 to Leicester.
Hove Barnes with a goal, but yeah, fucking hell, Leicester finally getting another win. Like they need to start getting points on the board desperately.
yeah,
Like 8 points from 2 games. That's tough. That's rough.
yeah. This was a weird game too. I thought
Bit of a weird formation too, but it pulled off.
4-1.
4-1.
Yeah.
Bamford. I think is it this game Bamford missed the penalty?
No, that was
Nah, that was the week before.
Oh, it was too. But yeah, but I don't know. Leeds are a bit odd. Sinistera is such a threat going forward, but you can tell he lacks defensive work.
Yeah,
There was
100%.
a big chance for Leicester. I can't remember which one it was, but basically he just did not track the cross, did not track back and block the cross. But one player that I really like from Leeds, pardon the burp, is Brendan Aronson. Brendan Aronson is an absolute weapon of a player. Hey, he is so good. I didn't know what he'd be like in the Prem, but fucking hell, he's impressive.
You know, we're talking about Leeds. What happened with Calvin Phillips? Is he injured? He's playing for City. Like, I'm not sure what's happening.
Oh, I thought you meant why isn't he playing for Leeds?
No. He left the City, but why is he not playing?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I think you just can't get any minutes.
How can you
for
get into that
City's.
team? Though?
Yeah.
I mean, Pep rotates, but like between Gundogan and Rodri, you're not taking either of them out, I guess.
Oh, he's injured with shoulder.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's what I meant. But no, hats off to Leicester getting some points from
So
it.
they stay up, or
I think they stay up, but they've got a lot of work to do.
Leicester.
They've got a lot of work
do you
to
reckon
do.
the Barty party's all over, or
He
End of the
he
season.
had a really good flick in this game for the Barnes goal, but yeah, definitely coming toward the end of the career, I think.
Yeah. But should we get into the quiz?
He's getting on it.
Predictions, hey?
It's like 36, isn't he? Buddy?
Yeah, I think 35.
Yeah.
But yeah, his whole game is based on his fucking pace,
Yeah.
and doggedness. So, but I was just saying, like the flick he did in the game
Yeah.
for Barnes' goal was really good.
Yep.
Predictionos. So you can say if you want.
I'll get him up.
No, man, you can say predictionos.
Oh, prediccionos for this one.
yeah?
Thanks, Ben.
You're right.
So Scouse had a 1-0 to Leicester. I had a 1-0 Leicester. Benny had a 1-0 Leeds. And Cal had a 2-1 Leeds. Why have you gone Leeds there? Isn't that one of your rivals?
Yeah, but they were at home to Leicester, who are terrible.
Well, Leicester.
I
Home.
couldn't
No,
believe
Leicester
it.
are-
Oh, well, I couldn't believe Leicester win, to be honest, because Leicester have been so bad. But
Yeah.
Should we move into our quiz?
Yeah.
So we'll explain it to Jared and for our new listeners as well. The first 5 questions, I will give 5 different hints, one at a time, to try and guess the player.
I've actually heard this one on the last podcast, mate.
All right,
I'm
sweet.
switched on.
He's a good man.
it's for the
Done his research.
It's one. It's
Better
one
be
point.
easy, but right.
It's 1 point per thing. Same buzzer. Shout your name. People at home join in as well. That's 1 point per guess. After the 5, we'll do the 10-question quiz. So we'll start with the first one. Welcome to the intro for the quiz. Bow, bow, bow. Sweet. So hit 1. I made my debut for Bastia in League 1 in the year 2000. I made these hard.
Cheers.
So Bastia, League 1, debut 2000.
Ben McLeary.
Jay. Vardy.
Vardy? No.
I knew it wasn't, but I was going to say one.
He was a bricklayer. What? Yeah, any random names?
Do you have to put one out? Or
You don't have to. You can pass.
I'll pass things. Right.
Second hint.
Yeah, good choice.
I made a £11 million move to Lyon in 2003.
This is a tough one.
I think the next one will give it away.
Ben
Go on.
Zidane.
No.
Jamie Vardy.
Any random names, Jared?
No, passing him right.
I joined Chelsea in 2005 from Lyon for 38 mil. So I went from Bastia in League 1 to Lyon, and then from Lyon I went to Chelsea in 2005. So around
Ben.
Mourinho era.
Luda.
No.
Jay.
Oh,
Essien.
Yep.
Yes.
Michael Essien.
Chat.
And now.
Chat that one. Sorry about the Chelsea.
that is a tough one.
I've had like about 6 beers.
Yeah, I'm pretty
3
sure.
on the way here. Don't drink it.
So player number 2.
Shout out
Hey,
SC Bar.
just
Club
quickly,
legend.
as the quizmaster last week, everyone keep their scores because it's hard for the quizmaster to keep everyone's scores.
I'm going to write them down.
Oh, okay,
I
cool.
wrote it down as well.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't that quick.
Some quizmaster.
All up here for me, mate.
All locked up. Wait, mate.
Yeah.
Play number 2. I made my debut for Sporting.
Jack, Ronaldo.
Ben, Nanny.
No.
No, mate, sorry.
Do you don't have a date on that or anything?
No, I wanted to make it a bit random. I probably should have put a date in it.
Yeah, go on then.
I moved to Barca in 2003 for £6 million.
Jack, Deco.
So, debut for Sporting, moved to Barca in 2003 for £6 million. 10 seconds.
I'll pass again. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, pass.
Can I phone a friend on the next?
Cool move, you In 2004, Barca sold me to Porto. So I went from Sporting to Barca in 2003. I spent a year at Barca and then got sold to Porto in 2004.
Ben. That's not it. Charisma.
Yep.
It is?
Wow.
Oh, thank
That's a shout.
Get in there, son.
I played for Barca.
Yeah.
Mate,
I
That's
thought
why I thought it'd be hard.
I thought he did, but I didn't think he started at Sporting.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm a genius.
Next player, hint 1. I am currently the tallest player in the Premier League.
Ben. Oh, Nick Pope.
No.
Yes, it is.
Fraser Foster.
Yep.
Yes.
Nick Pope's the same size, 6'7".
Well, Google said
1 centimetre.
Fraser Forster's the tallest, mate.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Chill out, Ben. It's just a fun game.
Clenching his fist over here.
We'll do it, Ryan.
Is that 3 players in that?
Yeah, that's 2 you, 1 me. You can chime in anytime you want, Joe.
You know what? I didn't really start watching football till, a bit later in life. So sorry about that.
Player number 4. I have won 3 European trophies with Real Madrid.
Say 3.
Yep.
Ben. Higuain.
Okay. Jack, Benzema.
He's had 5.
Madrid 3 Champions League trophies.
I'm just going to say Modric.
No. This one's that first one was really broad because he just won like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Next one is, next hint. I am notorious for being around the goals. So this person has won 3 European trophies and he's notorious for being around the goal.
What do you mean being around the goal?
That's the hint, is to make it difficult. He's around the
Jared
goal.
Courtois.
No.
Ben? Pepe?
No.
Jack Ramos.
No. Hint 3. This might give it away a bit, but it might throw you off as well. I was born in 1927 and passed away in 2006. So he's a legend of the game. Won 3 European trophies with Madrid.
Ben? Di Stefano?
No.
Yeah, I'm going to pass too. Thanks, Ryan.
I have a trophy named after me.
Is it Puskas?
Yep.
Yeah.
Puskas. That's the one.
No idea who we played for. Go on then.
The next hint was going to be I'm from Hungary.
Yeah, that would have got it.
So, player number 5. I have made 4 appearances this season, getting 2 assists. In the Premier League, just to make it more narrow. So this player's made 4 appearances this season, getting 2 assists.
Ben. Dom Solanke.
No.
I reckon it's going to be someone that he likes.
Trent?
He's on 0.
I'm going to say Jared. Thiago.
Second hint. My dad is a retired footballer. I'll put 10 seconds on the clock. I wonder how the listeners at home going with this one. This one's tough.
I'll pass. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, pass then.
I am born in England. So he's born in England. He's made 4 appearances with 2 assists, and his dad's a retired footballer.
I feel like I know it, but I can't think of the one it is. God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Got nothing.
Yeah, same.
All I can think of is Haaland.
He's not English.
He's
Born
in
in
England.
England.
Shouldn't have done
No,
that.
it's not Haaland.
He's not had 4 appearances.
Yeah.
Do we have a clue? Or
Harvey Elliott.
A clue before the next clue? So,
Just to close here, mate.
What's his last name start with?
I was going to say,
Element of
is it top half? Is he in the top half team or bottom half team?
Well, that was actually going to be my next hint.
Oh, do I get a point for guessing the clue?
Half point. So the next hint is he's in the bottom half of the table.
These are such broad clues.
Let me check the table. I'll narrow it down to 3 different numbers. I'll give you 3 different teams you can play for. Rather, Everton, Villa, or Leeds. And the hints are, made 4 appearances this season, getting 2 assists. He's English and his dad's a retired footballer. It's rather Villa, Leeds, or Everton.
RG Gray.
Yep.
No way.
Yeah. He is.
He hasn't got 2 assists.
Yeah, he does.
Does he actually?
Yeah. I did my research because my next hint was I'm a
Hasn't he
part
played
of a
in the
conspiracy theory.
That's right. He hasn't played in the Premier League. What do you mean?
He's got minutes, apparently, according to Transfer Market.
In the Premier League?
Well, yeah.
Ben, chill
No,
out, bro.
he hasn't-
Please.
He hasn't
relax.
played. That's our whole conspiracy because he hasn't played any minutes. He played in pre-season.
Well, what the fuck's this thing telling me then? What's going on?
Do your research, mate.
I did.
He hasn't played a minute in the Premier League.
I got it right. That's right.
Jacko, right?
This is
Chill out,
is
man.
corruption at its finest level.
It's because you're losing, mate. So now we've got 10 quick fire
So was that
questions.
4-1?
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, chill out.
Well, he's on one as well because he's got 2.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Respect.
Alright.
So now we've got 10 quick fires. Just shout your name out and then whoever goes first. So the first one is fastest Premier League hat-trick.
Jared. Sadio Mane.
Yep. Question number 2. Who scored the quickest goal in Premier League history?
Ben. Matt Letizia.
Jared Aguero.
Fucking Barini.
Was it? It was one the other day, wasn't it?
No,
No, I didn't think so.
wasn't recent. It just makes it easier. It was
What's his name?
7 seconds.
Is it Mark Donovan?
Correct.
Jack. Peter Crouch.
I feel like I was close.
This one on the team,
Yeah, go on.
Southampton.
Yeah, I was close.
Southampton striker.
Jared. Danny Ings.
Oh,
Jack. Teddy Sheringham. I don't think he played for Southampton, by the way. Did he?
No one would have known if he didn't say anything.
Should I give up the answer?
Yeah, mate.
Shane Long.
Shout out Shaney.
Oh, Shane.
fair play.
Shane, mate. So, question number 3. Smallest stadium in the Premier League.
Ben, Bournemouth.
What's it called? Can't just say that.
This sand.
No.
No.
It's got nothing to do with saying, mate.
Yeah.
What is it?
Vitality Stadium.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
That's what exactly.
Number 4. Most red cards in EPL history.
Ben.
Club or player?
Player.
You said your name, didn't you?
Yeah, but you spoke at the same time, so I was just assuming that was right.
Jared. I'm going to say Suarez.
He was up there.
How many did you say? 4.
You didn't say it.
Oh,
No, I just say this player's got the most in Premier League
Trying to
history.
get extra clues out.
I think he's got 8 from the number I remember.
Jack. Paul Scholes.
Jared. Diego Costa.
This one
Oh,
actually.
stinker, yeah.
This one another hint. He became an actor.
Ben, Vinnie Jones.
Yeah.
I think Hazy got that. Did he say his name though?
I said, I was in first though.
You did say your name, so I'll give you that part.
Yeah, that's the rules of the game. All right, this next one. So, next. Number 5. This is 10 save. We need Callum to settle the ship, I reckon.
What's the score?
Jack is on 4, Jared's on 1, Ben's on 3.
Have I not got any of these?
Nah, you rubbish.
So the next one is, who won the 1994 World Cup?
Ben, Brazil.
Oh, I had that too.
I knew that one as well.
Oh, listen, say something, mate.
Well, fucking give us a tour.
Because you just say the answer straight after you fucking.
Fuck off.
Number 6,
Yeah, I forget what my name's called, man.
World Cup highest scorer ever.
Ben. Pele.
No.
Joe. Messi.
Jack. Fuck, how you pronounce it? Glosses?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Close, yeah.
What?
German fella.
Miroslav
Oh,
Klose.
Miroslav Klose.
Close.
Number 7, most assists in World Cup history.
Joe. Fab. Fabregas.
That's a hard question. Ben, Messi.
No.
Jack. John Aloisi.
No.
Timothy Beers.
Joe.
Good guess.
De Bruyne.
No.
Ben, Kaka.
No.
Give us something there.
I'll give you a position.
Midfield.
Attacking midfielder. Hold up, let me say, he's not alive anymore.
Jack. Maradona.
That's the one, mate.
Oh, Joe.
Next one. Who has won the most World Cups?
Ben. Like player or nation?
Nation.
Brazil.
Yeah. I didn't write the answer there, so I was like, I have to think about it. Number 9. Where did Reece James go on loan in 2018?
Oh, Ben, Reading.
There was another Prem team, wasn't it?
No.
Jack. Portsmouth.
Close. I'll give you both. Cheers. You wear blue.
I got it.
That's what's in
You got blue on that kit.
Oh, I got one. I can't go.
It's Jonesy's.
No, I can't get it.
Ben. Birmingham.
No.
I know what. Fuck yeah. It was 1 or 2.
Jack. Wigan.
Yeah.
That's not what I was going to ask. I was thinking Huddersfield.
So lucky last.
Fuck you,
What's the
Jack.
score?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to Jack, 1 to Jared, and 5 to Ben.
Is this for bonus points like last week was?
Oh, we could do this one for 3 points. Then it'll be a tie if you get it, and then I'll just try to think of a random one.
He's on 7, I'm on 5.
Oh, we'll do 2 points then, just to make it even.
Okay.
Make our rules out.
Forgot my glasses. Last one. Most assists in a single Champions League season.
What player?
Yeah, a player who's
Jack.
Oh,
Milner.
yeah.
Yes.
Good
That
goal.
is so
Yes.
biased toward Jack. Corruption at the highest level, as I said before.
Bonus question? What's
Oh, I didn't have one. I can think of one.
Go on then. Pussy.
Yeah, Jagen's wife's name.
Ula?
That was
Yes,
that was
again.
What? You didn't even ask a question.
Yeah, it was
not joking,
Jurgen
mate.
Klopp's wife's name.
Oh,
So we should
that's
just
it.
wrap it up, I reckon.
Shit, honestly,
I can't even think of a question.
shit quiz.
That was hard.
That was good. That was hard. Well done, Jackie.
I try to keep it to still big plays, but just make the hints hard.
Redeemed yourself from last week, Jack. Last place.
Last week.
Yeah,
We're
no.
gonna have beers more often.
Did you want to run us through our predictions for the games next week?
Can I use your phone?
I really need a piss, but I'll hold on.
Busted.
All right, I'll run through them quickly because Liverpool's about to start. So
Up Nottingham, by the way.
we have me, Jack, Ben, Cal. So for Chelsea, Man United, I had it 2-1 to Chelsea. Jack had it 2-1 to Chelsea. And Ben had it 2-1 to United. And Cal had it 1-0 to United.
Do you want to chat about it or?
What's your thoughts?
I think that we can get his, but I think United have done it over everyone that's good so far this season. So
Except City.
I'm a bit nervous, but depends on the lists. I've still got predicted, but I'd like Aubameyang to start. No Reece James is a big one, but try get past Kepa. Just try. At the moment, seriously, but
Yeah.
Wall.
What was your prediction for this score?
I'm going to go 3-2 Chelsea. I reckon it's going to be high scoring.
3-2.
Yeah,
That's why I went 2-1. I thought Chelsea would just score like an 85th minute or something.
We haven't
but
conceded much.
Chelsea have had luck on their side so far, like the whole season.
Just not against Brentford.
Fair enough, mate. How about you in City?
Yeah, well, you're only as good as your last, mate. And we smashed Tottenham,
I
so
wouldn't say smash.
2-0.
Not like a smash.
Comfortable.
No, just kidding. But,
Shout out to Mel, by the way.
I can love you, mate.
I smash your mum.
Yeah. She's an easy route. No, joke, she listens. That's us.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no. Well, she's a good sort.
His mum's still buying his trousers.
He's 16.
I think, I think it's going to be a tough game. To be honest, I think we're not normally like great against Chelsea. Like sometimes we snake some
At
good
the bridge,
games.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, but like you said, I am confident because we've been unreal against top six teams. The only one, obviously, City, but even City, we beat in the second half.
Do you reckon?
So it counts for something.
Ronaldo, will he be in the stadium or is he just sit at home?
I don't know. I probably reckon he'll stay at home. To be honest, like
Yeah.
his commitment to the team and that. Like.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to be like forced to show.
Well, I don't know. He's just banned from the squad. I don't think he'd be banned from the stadium.
Yeah, well, I just didn't know. Do you reckon he'll be in the dugout with you?
I'll be sitting in reserves.
I tell you what, you'll know within the first before the game. kicks
Yeah,
off.
yeah, because
Because
all cameras will be talking. Like, fuck, they'll probably talk about it in the Liverpool games.
Yeah.
I think,
It's ridiculous.
yeah, I reckon he'll be in the 26-man squad, but I don't think he'll be on the bench.
Yeah.
He'll be sitting behind the bench.
No, he's not. He's been
Completely.
Yeah, he's not. He's not. His punishment is not being named in Chelsea squad,
Damn sure.
So what's his
and
score?
he's also not training with first team. He's training isolated training with the rest of the reserves.
Did you see him rock up in his fucking
Yeah,
Bentley with the car he's got?
yeah.
Your score prediction?
2-1, I think I went
2-1.
to United.
What do you reckon goals? Who scores?
For Chelsea, I'd say Mason Mount, and for United, it's tough. I reckon Anthony gets back on the score sheet, and Casemiro.
Maguire substitute 90-minute header.
Well, you know, could very well do.
2 went Chelsea, yeah?
Yeah, I went 2-1 Chelsea, so did Jack.
Yeah, look, it'll be a good game. It's probably the game of the week, yeah?
Yeah.
I just think Chelsea at the bridge, I think it'll be a hard game for United to go
Yeah.
to.
Look, I'm not too happy with the Brentford game, but in saying that, I was happy with the chances. Kepa's
Yeah.
killing it as well. Like
Yeah.
goalkeeper, that's 100% confident. How do you score against him? But,
And touch on that, Brentford smacked us 4-0, so,
yeah.
you know.
Moving on to Nottingham, Liverpool. I had a 4-0, Jack has 3-0, Benny 2-0, Cal 3-0, all in favour of Liverpool. What do you reckon, Jared?
I'm going to say 1-0. I think
That's a fair go, you know.
Yeah.
Liverpool always start slow, but
Yeah, we're a second half merchant. That's for
what's
sure.
you would have lineups, yeah?
Yeah, well, that's what I was just going to say. The lineup is interesting.
Yeah, resting players.
We've got Gomez and Virgil in centre back still.
Kalish Jones.
Milner's back at right back.
I use a win.
So no Trent.
So Trent's playing in the midfield.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not.
Oh.
You're in your fucking dreams here.
I think we're going to play like we did. I think it'll be Jones and Fabinho will play centre.
Yeah.
And I think you'll see Elliot, Carvalho on the left and right. Firmino will drop in that 10 and Salah will be up front.
Is Nunes not playing?
See, like, he's not on the bench, he's injured.
Oh, fucking rat bag. Would have liked to see him.
So Hendo's on the bench. I think Ox will hopefully feature.
First game back on the bench, isn't it?
I'd love to see Ox come on for like.
I can
Jones.
just
Tough career for
just
Ox.
a rogue shout. I can see Nottingham getting a draw out of this.
Yeah,
Do you want to change your prediction?
No, I don't.
Why not?
But I just,
Nottingham
well,
has
just because I don't want to.
been pretty poor all season. So I reckon if you get that early goal, it'll be a whitewash. It's just whether or not you get a goal early.
Sweet. Well, on to the next. Everton versus Palace. I had it 1-1. Jack had it 1-0 to Everton. Ben had it 1-0 to Palace. Callum has a 2-1 to Palace. What do you reckon?
I'll go 2-0 Palace.
Palace.
Nice.
Men City versus Brighton. I had a 3-0 to City. Jack had a 3-1 to City. Ben has a 5-0 to City. Cal has a 3-0 to City. What do you reckon, Jared?
Who are they versus?
Brighton at home.
3-0, I reckon.
They'll get the job done. Next one is Spurs versus Newcastle. I had a 2-2 draw. Jack has a 2-1 to Newcastle. Ben has a 2-1 to Spurs. Cal has a 2-1 to Newcastle.
I'm the only one that picked the Spurs win there. Just
Yeah.
shows how good Newcastle is as well.
I'm going to go 1-1 draw.
Yeah, good shout. Villa versus Brentford. I had it 1-1. Jack has 3-2 to Villa. Ben has 3-1 to Brentford. And Cal has a 2-1 to Brentford.
I'm going to go 4-0 Brentford.
Yeah.
I'm predicting a bit
Fuck.
of
That's
Yeah.
a big
pick up. With the
Yeah, I will give that
Bounce
chat.
back.
I reckon Villa will come out hungry, but
Yeah.
I just think it's just too early for fucking
For the players' sake, they have to, because if what the fans are saying are true, like players are not playing for Stevie,
Yeah.
then
Well,
if you're a professional, you need to do something, show something. This
on that, like the fans singing Stevie out. I think that's fucking a bit harsh.
So do I.
Just a quick one on that too. Was it true that he was at the pub the other day?
no,
that
that
was
was
old
from
photo.
like 50 years
I
ago.
don't know, mate. My sources say it's true, so
And even if that was like, is that
I've got
such a
sources
bad
up
thing,
there.
or-
No, I don't like. I
I
don't
don't
know why it would be that
understand.
thing.
I don't understand the
She's
media
good.
and all like the fans and shit.
Because the
I
thing
just
is too, like he was in the pub called the Swan, which is like one of the two pubs in Highton. So he's just
Yeah.
at his hometown having a bevy. Like it's not wrong with it. Like holding the kid too, so he's
Just-
there with family.
there's a lot of.
so he's a kiddie fiddler as well. Is that what you're saying?
He's not your no player, mate. So moving on, Leeds Fulham. I had a 1-0 to Fulham against Leeds. Benny has a 2-0 to Jack has a 2-0 to Leeds. Sorry, Benny has a 1-1, and Cal has a 2-1 to Leeds. What do you reckon, Jared? Leeds versus Fulham.
Go 0-all that one.
Yeah.
I got a draw too, mate.
Southampton Arsenal.
Do you have 0-all though?
No.
I had a 2-0 Arsenal. Jack has 3-1 Arsenal. Ben has 2-0 Arsenal, and Cal has 4-0 Arsenal.
I'm gonna go 2-0 us. Yeah.
And they're good. They're doing bits away from home.
I
too.
reckon they're gonna win the league. That's my shout.
Big shout.
They deserve
I'm
it
gonna
too.
win.
They deserve it. But
Wolves versus Leicester. I had a 1-0 Wolves. Jack 2-1 Wolves. Ben 1-0 Leicester, and Cal 1-0.
I'm gonna go 1-all as well. Actually.
1-0. West Ham versus Bournemouth. I've got a 2-0 West Ham. Jack's got 2-1 West Ham. Ben's gone 3-1 West Ham, and Cal's gone 2-0 West Ham.
Who at West Ham versus who?
Bournemouth. West Ham are at home.
Yeah, I'll go 1-0 West Ham.
So the next game week is Leicester versus Man City. I've got 3-0 City, Jack 4-0 City, Ben 4-0 City, Cal 4-1 City. You reckon, Jared?
I'm gonna go. I reckon 3-1. I reckon Leicester might get a goal. Cheeky
Yeah.
Vardy.
Cheeky Vardy.
Yeah.
Off the break.
Needs something, Vardy. He needs to spark
Yeah.
something.
You know, Cal loves and would have liked to have mentioned probably his matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, actual chat. Madison is fucking a good
He
player.
needs to play more central. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Bournemouth versus Tottenham. I've got 2-0 Tottenham, Jackie 3-1 Tottenham, Ben 2-1 Tottenham, and Cal 2-0 Tottenham.
I'm gonna go 4-2 actually. I reckon some goals in that one.
Couple of goals.
Yeah.
Solanke.
I reckon
Get the double.
Solanke might go. Came with a double.
Yeah. Brentford versus Wolves. I've got 2-1 Brentford, Jack 2-1 Brentford, Ben 1-0 Brentford, and Cal 1-0.
I'll go the 2-1 as well.
2-1.
That's a cheeky chat.
This next one's a big game. Potter versus Old Club. Brighton versus Chelsea. I've got 2-1 Chelsea. Jack's got a 2-all. Ben's got 2-1 Chelsea. Cal's got 2-1 Chelsea.
They're going to draw there.
You're on 2-2, yeah.
I'm going to go the cheeky 2-0 to Chelsea, of course.
Yeah, Brighton haven't got a result for a couple of weeks.
Sterling back on the score sheet, that one as well.
Palace vs Southampton. I've got 2-0 Palace. Jack 1-0 Palace. Ben 1-1. Cal 2-1 Palace. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go 0-0 there.
Could be one of those games, to be honest.
Yeah.
Newcastle Villa. I've got 2-0 Newcastle. Jack 3-1 Newcastle. Ben 2-0 Newcastle. Cal 3-1 Newcastle.
I'm going to go cheeky, so 1-0 at Villa. I reckon that's the game they'll turn it.
I think that's the first time this season I've gone against.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah. Even the City game, I think I picked a draw. Which is
Stevie G bias isn't there anymore for you. So.
Of course, mate. Fulham vs Everton.
Fuck Villa.
I'm trying to fly through these because the game kicks off in 8 minutes.
Are you rushing?
Yeah. Fulham vs Everton. I got 2-2. Jack 1-0. Benny's got 1-0 Everton and Cal's got 1-0.
I'll go 1-0 Everton, that one.
Could well be done, eh?
Yeah.
Liverpool vs Leeds. I've got 3-0 Liverpool. Jack 2-0 Liverpool. Ben 3-1 Liverpool and Cal's got fucking 5-0.
Plastic fan.
I'll go 2-1
realist.
2-1 Liverpool.
Yeah. Arsenal vs Forest. I got 2-0 Arsenal. Jack 2-0 Arsenal. Ben 3-0 Arsenal. And Cal's got 4-0.
I'll go the 4-0 too. That's a chat.
Big score, yeah.
Yeah.
Saka hat-trick, surely.
I reckon.
United vs West Ham. I got 3-2 United. Jack's gone 1-0. Ben's gone 1-0. And Cal's gone 3-1.
I'll go 2-1.
And that's it. That's our predictions.
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll just get it.
All right.
Well,
What have you done?
Well,
Cheers for having us on here, mate, boys.
Yeah, cheers for coming on, Jones.
good having Jones here.
Big Cal will be back. That'll be me done. But yeah, up Chelsea. Get some more chat for Chelsea, eh?
Yeah, we'll try.
See how we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, when they beat United, we'll talk about them a lot.
Yeah, fair.
We'll see.
Well, good luck. Good luck for the games this week as well, eh? Good
Yeah.
luck for United versus Chelsea. But I reckon we're going to get you done.
Yeah. Fingers crossed Nottingham get it done
You're in
tonight.
the bin, United. You've still got a long way to go. Yeah.
So do you, mate. So do you.
Cheers for having us on, boys. Love.
All
Cheers,
good.
Jonesy. Cheers, boys.
Cheers,
Well done,
everyone.
boys.
Like, follow, subscribe, and we love you. Bye.